Start today with a small recap.
Imagine the amount of confidence you must have to think that you can take on a whole group of adventurers with just you and two fucking skeletons.
You better hope they're really strong skeletons.
Nah, I'm talking about like bargain level basement skeletons.
Yikes! Yeah, that's not gonna work. They must have something up their sleeve, maybe, or something. You never know.
They're dead now.
Yeah, sounds about right. That wouldn't last very long. I just gotta go find my phone. I actually thought I had it here, and I don't know where it is. BRB kids, we're gonna start this session up really quick with a recap, and then we'll get into all this sort of intrigue and stuff we're gonna do today, as well as we'll see what happens with their choices and where they lead. I'm letting it really go kind of open world today, and there's a lot of plot lines, so we'll see. Okay, yes, I got it. We're good to go. Check, yo, we are good to go. Okay, I bet he showed up right now, too. Ba-ding. Yo.
Yeah.
Hello. All right, well, we all know Zune's going to be late.
I'm going to hit you with that real quick.
Oh, yeah, I guess I need my water, too. 1 sec. I'll be right back. That was a good call, actually. I didn't even have that. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. Let's hydrate and we'll get into it. Do a little recap and then we'll start the day off. And yeah, we can start with any questions and then, yeah, we'll go from there. Cheers. Okay, so I'll put that up there. Yeah, we've been in Farandrill for a little while now, a couple days. And so it started with us coming into town and making friends with the Empire, and some of us stopped at the Magic College and had some objects identified, and we had the ceremony where we all kind of were declared friends of the Empire and now heroes of the Empire. And then we had a nice formal dinner with the Reeve of Farandrill, who is kind of like the leader for the Empire in this town. And what we learned at dinner was that there was a new leader of the Draconians named Rogar Nerexius. And apparently, the rumor is that the former leader, Undar Daxus, was slain for his failure to capture the gems, which we now possess 2 of. And there's some speculation now that the Draconians may be worshipping a new god, as we were on an island on the secret Draconian base where they were building a temple to a new god. And then also we saw the wizard hanging in the court in the city, who was also adorning the new symbol of this new god that they're speculating about. The Reeve has also speculated about this. The new symbol is a broken scales, merchant scales, kind of like a Libra sign, but if you can imagine, one of them's broken. And then, let's see where we're at here. Once we learned about that, he kind of also talked about, the Reeve also talked to us about the fact that the oceans are draining. And he had one of his kind of planetologist, biologist, ecologist peoples advise him about how quickly they're draining and all that. And they said that it'll be about 30 days until all the water's gone in the ocean. It's draining at a pretty rapid rate, to the point where, there's a lot of urgency about the issue. And he told you a lot of the mages and stuff have been working on that problem. And then he told you about the adamantine weapons issue with the noble houses and the people who are working with Lusta Magefoot, who was the person we'd slain in Elendil, the evil noble who had been spying on us and attempting to what appeared assassinate or disrupt us in some way. And then once he talked to you about that, he gave you the sort of 2 noble houses that had ties with the Magefoots. That was the Shrouds and the Evanwinds. And once he told you about them, he said that there was an ongoing investigation there. You guys had mentioned that maybe you'd want to get paid for some investigation talents that you had. And he said he would talk to his guard about that. The main, sort of police guard who does all the detective work. And after that, he offered you to stay in the barracks. He kind of muttered about how tomorrow's going to be a busy day for him because he has to kind of spin the story of you, the vigilantes, now becoming friends of the Empire, but he's up to it as a politician. And then we had quite an adventure after dinner. We met a young boy after dinner, and we split up into 2 groups. The Dandros group headed out to, and Jake, it was Dandros and Jake, who headed out to the medical ward to do some stuff there, and the other 3 ran off to investigate House Shroud. You met a young boy on the way who was missing his blink dog Rex. And then you went to the Wizard Tower because you were supposed to learn the sigil for the castle so that you could come back if you were to use Teleportation Circle. And while you were kind of sneaking up there, you kind of overheard them discussing that they couldn't find any sort of arcane reason. These wizards were all trying their best. They couldn't find any weird arcane magic that would destroy water at this level. And they were all talking about how it's most likely some sort of religious interference or deity that is interfering with the oceans currently. After you guys kind of watched that little meeting in the tower with the wizards, you guys learned the castle sigil. Or I guess you learned it first, I think, and then you headed out, but you decided to stick around, and anyways, it doesn't matter. But you learned the sigil, and then, Dandros and Castlos went down to the medical ward to help people out and kind of spread the good name and, jump on the propaganda bandwagon that we're not all that bad for the Empire. And then you guys went and broke into the Simon Shroud's blacksmith, one of the suspected evil nobles' blacksmiths. His blacksmith was one of the larger buildings in downtown, very ornate, and there you found a sending stone, but you didn't really find any incriminating evidence or anything like that. And then we went to bed, and when we went to bed, some people went to bed, but other people went to carouse. So Jake went to bed. We went out carousing. This was near the end of the session, where we all went bar hopping. We got some snacks courtesy of Castos. Then we eventually, in our bar hopping, found Bertru, and we all rolled on the carousing table. Dandros ended up in an alchemist shop and ended up burping colored bubbles after. Sonozi, you ended up in a nobleman's bushes and proceeded to blame your familiar for the things that had gone wrong, and promoted the good image of the Dandros group. And then Caslos, you woke up in the floor of a seedy club, and you had changed clothing. Your clothes and everything was in a corner, undisturbed, but you were wearing a G-string and you had gotten some extra gold and an invitation with a +1 to attend a private VIP-only gathering at Davin Oleander's estate, and we eventually deduced that is the Reeve Cadence Oleander's nephew. Zune,
Heck yeah.
yeah, that was a good one. That was an interesting one. All right, and Zune woke up outside of the city, which is kind of fun because he's not right here. He's not here right now, so that's he can just stay out there for now. Regardless, Bertru, and he woke up in a circle of myconids, which were these like mushroom humanoids. And then Bertru, kind of previously in our other sessions, she had been trying to like swoon some sort of lady of the night or whatever in a bar. And anyways, she had been rejected. Her advances had been rejected previously, but now she has found that they have no longer been rejected. So she spent the night out in the Docks district with her new friend. And now in the morning we had all gotten together. Jake, you went and got your brooch while this jeweler had finished her work. Your cloak is still on hold with all of the pelts. And then, let's see here. We were all meeting for breakfast in the castle, and we were all discussing about the different things we should do about investigating these evil noble houses as a way to get some more information about the Draconian army and all that type of stuff. So, we decided to do 2 scryings, and this was right at the end of the session. The first scrying was on Simon Shroud in his office, and basically he was having a meeting, and they were all like coming together trying to find a way to prove their innocence for these alleged crimes. Your insight was not quite good enough to deduce if this was just normal business talk and that they were guilty and they were just trying to get away from it, or if they were actually innocent, and this is just normal stuff. So yeah, you weren't able to insight check to see if they were truly innocent or not, but that was at least the context of the conversation. That scrying ended near the end of the meeting, and then we decided to do another scrying onto a battlefield in the desert because we were interested in getting some information about whether or not these weapons that were supposed to be blacksmithed by the Shroud House were still finding their ways onto the battlefield or not. And when we did the scrying, we found a bunch of normal Draconians running over sort of a desert, chasing down what seemed to be another group of Empire soldiers. And we saw a Draconian battle leader who was dressed quite a bit fancier than others. And he was wielding adamantine weapons, but nobody else had them. And he was also donning adamantine armor. And up until this point, no mention of armor had really been come out from the Reeve or anything like that. So we kind of left it off there with sort of this mystery of what was going on with not only all the sort of crazy cataclysms in the world, but also trying to deal with decoding what we've found around the evil noble houses. That's all I got for the recap. If I've missed anything, let me know. But what do you guys think? Is that good enough?
Yeah, sounds fun to me.
Okay, let me pull up my other one then here. So today, we had all woken up and we had discussed some of the things we were going to do after the scrying. Dandros had mentioned that he'd want to work on his shield. Castos, you had mentioned that you wanted to study a new spell. And Sonozi, you were propositioning Jake to maybe go confront Simon Shroud in just like a normal way. Just go talk to him and see if there's you can glean any more information from these guys. Now that you've done these different scryings, it seemed you guys were more interested in trying to go to Simon and I'm not exactly sure what your thought behind that was, but that's where we'll pick up off of. Zune still has not returned, as it's still kind of early morning-ish. I'm just going to say that until Zune gets back, he will not have woken up. I've calculated the amount of time it will take him to get back to town, so once Zune returns to the session, then we'll...
Wait, I did remember I sent Juniper, I told her to search the city to see if she could find where Zune is.
Oh yeah, thank you. I did actually miss that. So yeah, she is doing her sort of patrol around the city. Again, he's not in the city currently. He's still passed out from carousing. But once he does come to the city, we'll at least have Juniper to alert us immediately once he's able to be seen. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll pick up off in this sort of breakfast chamber that we've been doing some scrying in and hanging out in. It's just us in here. Nobody else is really around. And yeah, Dandros was just saying how he's probably going to stick around the castle today to work on his shield. And you guys, I'll let you guys, maybe Sonozi and I'll cast those if you want to join in on their little adventure to go mystery stuff. I don't know, but I'll let you guys pick it up off there, as Dandros is kind of just let you know, yeah, I'm probably going to stick around and work on this shield. It's looking pretty nice, and I've already got some time in on it, so I want to get it done before we leave.
Okay.
Fair. That's fair.
But you guys you're gonna head to Simon Shroud's today?
I think that's on the agenda. I think we should do that and get it over with.
Alright. Sonozi, maybe explain your scrying again one more time to me. You seen some sort of draconians, and there was just one of them wearing armor and weapons, you said. I'm curious as to what you think that might mean.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, adamantine, the ore is kind of expensive / rare. So maybe it makes sense that maybe the only upper echelons of their army would actually have it, and it wouldn't just be given to everybody. So maybe that's what the case is, or it could just be as simple as maybe they raided something and they found it. I don't know.
That makes sense.
But when we went to that island, and from all the draconians that we've encountered and killed, we've never seen anybody with armor and weapons like that. So I don't think the guy here is making them.
Well, I mean,
even if he's making it, I don't think he's selling it to him.
Yep, there's only so much adamantine. I mean, I would imagine that they keep it, even if you were selling it, they'd keep it for the most important people. No need to risk losing it at sea to something, you know?
He has a good point there. That's true. There must be someplace located here.
Well, Jake, you didn't seem too hot on going down there to interrogate. I forgot what was that dude's name? Not Shroud, not the Shroud
Stewart?
guy.
You should have them in your journal now, I think, under handouts.
Oh,
Wait,
and
one sec.
handouts.
Wait 1 sec, maybe not. Where did I put them?
Farandrill?
Yeah, I probably would have put them in Farandrill, honestly. Actually, never mind.
Investigating houses, Simon Shroud and Malark Evanwood.
Yeah, where did I put it?
Yeah, it's in handouts.
Oh, there, it's under investigating houses. Thank you. Yeah, it is in handouts. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't name it what I thought I named it, so that was trippy, but okay, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about going to investigate it. I know that the Empire wants us to do that, but there's much bigger concerns at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ocean training and the revival of a god and all that stuff. I really think this is a minor concern.
I mean, do you want to just head out straight to the desert, or what's your idea?
Yes, personally, I'd prefer that.
Okay. Well, do you know where Zune is?
Well, while you're doing the whole scrying, you could scry on Zoom. You're familiar with him.
That's true. So, all right. I'll try to do that.
All right, I believe I will put a negative 15. No, you don't have any of his body parts. Never mind.
Yeah, he'd be looking for me if I had his body parts.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. All right, cool. Yeah, that's a -5 then. Cool, and I will roll it for Zuni boy. I mean, I'll technically roll. He's just unconscious too, and I think he can't. Can he even make a save when he's unconscious? Regardless,
I doubt it.
you find Zune. He's asleep. The Myconids are singing to him in this sort of ritualistic way. He must have stumbled out into the forest, but you're not exactly sure where because there's trees everywhere. And yeah, the Myconids themselves are, they're trying to like at least heal him in some sort of way. Yeah, and you can tell that they're at least not threatening in any way. They seem to be at least trying to help him.
And I tell, I'm like, well, first of all, I see this site and go, what the bloody hell is this? Why are there's mushrooms singing to Zune. I don't even understand what I'm seeing right now. I'm saying it out loud to people.
Mushroom people? What do you? Where is he? Where is he? Do you know?
Can I ascertain like a possibility of what's going on there?
You can roll a perception, but yeah, for now at least for just the base, you know that he's in a forest. But you can roll perception to see if you notice anything specific about the forest. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, you notice that there's some sort of like quote unquote coastal trees that you've seen along when you were riding the coastline with Zune and all that stuff in our boat. So you notice that this forest at least is probably not in the mainland of town. It's probably somewhere along the coastline.
I'll relay that to them. I'm not sure if he got attacked and drugged here or what the deal is, but he may be somewhere in some sort of like coastal forest, which would make sense because mushrooms were like a damp place to be. But I have no clue as to how fucking far away he is from this location.
Huh? Did he seem in distress, or was he fine?
He's unconscious.
Where the mushroom people?
He doesn't seem to be dead. He's breathing, but he's definitely out. And the mushrooms, they're not attacking him. They're, like I said, they're singing to him.
Well, that's some weird
They
stuff.
could be trying to take over his mind or something.
Unsure, but yeah, we should probably try to do something. And I'll mentally communicate with Juniper to change plans to go along the coast and see if she could find a coastal forest someplace. I'll try to describe it as best I can to her and see if she can go there because she's already out and about. And so I feel like we may need to deal with this, but deal with Zune being out here by himself, unconscious, before other stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I mean, do you guys want me to come along?
You might as well. You always use a nice brute out there.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, here I thought I'd have a nice day chilling in the castle, but I guess we're going to save our friend Zune. So wait, what's the plan?
I mean, I was planning on having Juniper scout ahead, see if she could find a location, and then we head to that location rather than just like going and walking aimlessly up and down the coast.
There's a faster way.
Okay.
Give me 10 minutes to cast a spell, and then you can telepathically send Castos the image of the location that you saw, and then he can teleport us all there.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
like that. Sounds good.
It's
So we'll
true.
spend 10 minutes to ritually cast Ferrari's telepathic bond on the lot of us. And then once it has been cast, Sonozi, and all of us can telepathically communicate, which doesn't exactly have to be words.
Mm-hmm.
So once Sonozi gives Castos a good enough impression, then Castos will be able to teleport us to the exact location.
Beautiful.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
All right. And
We're 16th level, guys. We don't need to just scout around and wander aimlessly.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have telepathic bond, my guy. Like that's not in my skill set. That's all I got.
All right, well, seems you guys are getting quite powerful. I mean, I'm sure that our imp friend would have found it in time, but this saves quite a bit of time. Do we feel ready? I mean, we're all rested. I think we're all good to go, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it didn't seem like they were trying to eat them or anything. So, I mean, they'll probably be a little bit scared that we just randomly showed up in their home. But yeah. But I'll just say, I'll look at God damn it, I'm spacing. Castos, just be ready to get us back. And remember, we're coming back to Farandrill, not Kadanakan.
I got the seal. I know where we can come back, so I can do teleportation circle to get us all back in time. I can just I'll just be ready for it at any time.
Don't you have to? Do you have to make a teleportation circle for that spell?
For circle, but he can use the teleport spell to go to a teleportation circle.
Right. All right. All right. So I'll go into detail describing, everything that I was able to see, the trees, the ground, the moss, the wetness, the everything.
All right.
For gameplay purposes, we're not going to teleport and kill. Castos is very familiar with the destination.
Yeah, I've had some issues before, so the better the detail, the better.
I don't know if I can rule very familiar because there is one that is viewed once, and to be fair.
So we're essentially using the telepathy so that to give him the actual image of the location, so that he can study it and he'll know, the exact location of the trees and if there's any abnormal features and whatnot, until he feels like he's really in tune with the location.
Okay. I'll think about it for a sec.
Because we've got an hour to do the telepathy.
True, but I mean, you have an hour to imprint a 10-minute. Well, that's a pretty good. I guess you did have 10 minutes to scout the area. All right, here. This is what I'll do because I'm in between very familiar and seen casually. I'll upgrade it from viewed once because you're doing a bit more. Oh, it's a pretty big jump. All right, so cast those. I'm gonna get you to roll a d20, and or maybe I should do an int check. Yeah, we'll do an int check. And you have to pass it or fail. Passing it. What? No. Do the int check, but you got a 2, and your int's only probably a +3 or 4, so you fail it. All right, we're rolling with seen casually. Is everybody okay with that? I just don't think very familiar is. I think you have to be pretty familiar with something to get that.
All right. Well, tried.
Yeah, which was good.
It's good. I appreciate it. You good?
You got it upgraded. So, and this is kind of where I wanted it to be at, is seen casually anyways. So, prepare to go for a wild ride, friends, as you try and save your friend Zune from what might not be danger or could be fatal danger. You're not sure yet. And I think I roll it, don't I? Yes. All right. I roll it. Here we go. A D100 coming as we all gather together, and we go through the teleportation. Pray to whatever gods you have. Also, Castos, take the spell out of your... You make sure you drop the spell. It's burned already. All right, let's go. Oh, I knew it. I had a feeling.
That's
I had
impressive.
a feeling.
To be fair, it's only off target. It's not a big deal.
But we're at Seen Casually. I said it was between Very Familiar and Seen Casually, and Seen Casually is...
That's right.
It's actually 1 to 33. It would have been if he rolled a better int check. Unfortunately, his int check was not high enough. So... I just got to read mishap. I've never had a mishap.
It's 3d10 and then you roll another d100.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I've never had a mishap, so that's interesting. Let's go again. And I'll roll the 3d10 after that. Or, yeah. Here comes 3d10. Okay. Each of you will take 18. I believe it's force damage. Yes. And we will go back to the consulting of the table, and this time you make it through, I believe. 100%. Yes, you do. All right, so you feel as you are getting sucked into this teleportation that maybe Castos doesn't have the strongest idea of where you're going. And as you're getting projected through a sort of timelessness and spacelessness void, you can feel that you're almost innately getting pulled in the wrong direction, and you hit some sort of invisible glass force in this timeless, spaceless void, and you can feel the impact hit all of us, and we all let out a cry, but nobody can hear each other. We can only see it. And then eventually we're sucked back in a completely different direction, and you can tell that Castos now has a very clear idea of where he's supposed to go. It just took him a second to get that arcane proficiency about him, and then he drags you with all of his intellect to the place, and you emerge in the clearing where Zune is now placed upon a large stump, and you can see around him, I believe it was 29 myconids are gathered in a very geometrically pleasing arrangement around this stump, and they are deeply engaged in this sort of tribal chant. It's almost a song because it has a melody. Oh no, wait, it is a song. It's a song that's technically, you don't know this, but anyways, it's a very melodic song. You can hear the song, but it's from Zune's past. But anyways, and it's like a lullaby, actually. It's kind of like a nice little lullaby, and they're all singing it very melodically to him. Boom, you're all there. I'll make sure I take my 18 points of damage, and Dandros comes out, and as we all kind of sputter and cough and land on the ground and get to our feet, he looks over to Castle and he says, "What the hell? Why did that one hurt so much?"
Well, you see, I'm not the best at this, so things happen. But I got you here, didn't I? So I did that much.
I don't know, Sonozi, is this the right place?
I'll look around, and I'm assuming I say, yeah, it's
Oh wait, I guess I can
pretty damn
see
close.
everything. Oh yeah, wait, there's Zune right there. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll point to Zune and say, pretty damn close.
Oh, that is Zune. Oh, geez, I didn't really notice that. Good job, Cassos, and I pat you on the back real hard with my big draconian hands.
Hi, mushroom people. We're just coming for this guy. We'll be gone in a second. Don't worry about it.
They are undisturbed. Your attempt to talk to them seems to not faze them.
Say, cool. So as long as they're not attacking us, we should be good. And so I was like,
Back to the castle.
yep, Castos, don't teleport us into a tree. Thank you, I appreciate that.
All the best.
All right, so we're just gonna walk up and we're just gonna teleport out of here. We're stealing them, right?
Yes.
No, we're retrieving him.
Yes, that's what I meant. All right. Well, as you all approach, weaving in and out of the sort of geometric lanes that these myconids have all encapsulated.
Real
Anyways, go ahead.
I wanted to prepare an action.
Oh, wait, hold up. Just a little clarification, Castos. Are you preparing teleportation circle, and then we're all going to grab him and take him back to the circle? Or are you going to just walk up and then use your teleport, and then we'll all just go back to Farandrill, which is a place you are extremely familiar with. You probably won't fail that one.
Yeah, he's got a permanent circle there, so he can't fail.
Yeah, I'm just wondering which one.
I see him like getting out his chalk and whatnot, and I'm like, I'm not familiar with these creatures, but you probably shouldn't make a symbol. You probably should make a magical circle that leads to the to Farandrill in this place with these creatures. My guy, can you not use teleport just to teleport us back?
Yeah, totally, I can do that. I just figured this would be the easier one, but let's do a teleportation. That'll work.
Yeah, and sorry, you are right, Jake. Actually, to clarify, a permanent circle is a no-fail. So when you target the permanent circle that you already learned with teleportation, you can just do it instantly and you won't fail at all. Actually, I just saw that actually. So usually people don't use it that way. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, so you can literally just all walk up there and teleport back, and you will not fail. So
I recommend this line of action.
All right, let's follow suit.
I was going to prepare a spell or prepare an action to cast synaptic static on any if they try to attack us.
oh, okay. So you're just holding an action and readying it in case they charge at you at the last second, kind of thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, luckily, the casting of the teleport does not affect them. He didn't physically fuck with them. He didn't punch them or anything. Good job, guys. You stayed away from the chaos. And you were able to, cast this. However, I will say, just for a little bit of flavor, when Zune goes away, they all seem a little bit, irked, and they all start kind of like screaming in a myconid language. None of you are there. None of you would see this. It's just something that I would add as flavor. So anyways, you're back in Farandrill. You're at the castle, the main circle that is just outside the castle gates. So you're all in front of the castle. I can move you there. And yeah, you've now retrieved Zune, who... Okay, wait, I guess I should ask. Did anybody wake him up before we did this, or are you just going to wake him up now?
No, we just like touched him and left.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Smart. All right, yeah, no, he's there. You can wake him up now. He is unconscious, but I think all you have to do is shake him kind of thing, so.
Zune, wake up, wake up!
Wakey, wakey, death and murder.
Oh, you guys brought me back from the bar last night, and you brought me here to the castle. Thank you. I kind of blacked out, and I don't remember what happened, but I'm glad I have such good friends
that's what we did.
That you did that for me. Thank you.
And I'll whisper to Dandros. Dandros, do we tell him what happened?
Honestly, I just think we just keep it to ourselves, bud.
Okay. Yep. From the bar to the castle.
Dandros will come back. He'll kind of whisper in your ear. We'll tell him if it's a problem later on, but I don't think it will be. All right. You now have your Zune boy back. I'll get him on the page here. That was smart.
Boy.
Yeah, you guys are high level. You don't have to walk around and do things. You can just scry wherever you want, teleport wherever you want. It's crazy. All right. Anyways, yeah. So now that we have Zune back, that didn't take much time at all. It's still breakfast-ish time, getting closer to noon now, and we've all beat our carousing and hangovers. Zune is gonna actually ask you guys, Hey, did you eat breakfast yet? I should probably get some food in me. I feel like shit.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Are you guys gonna come with?
Yes, I'll go with him.
All right. Yeah, I'll come too. We'll wait till you're fed up, Zune, and ready to rock. Yeah, and so you guys go back into the little dining room, and obviously Zune is quite hungover and trying to sate the alcohol in his belly by filling it with whatever goodies they've thrown out, different cinnamon buns and breakfast fruit. Yeah, and at this point, Dandros looks around and he says, all right, well, now that we've got Zune back, can I get back to work on my shield, or what's the plan here? What are you guys thinking?
Well, I'd like to learn this spell. So you're working on your shield. I can work on a spell, and then after we're done this, we can take off and discover this. Why the water is depleting.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a pretty big problem. All right, well, yeah, we'll stay here. We'll do our thing. We'll get more powerful, as they say. And, well, Sonozi, Jake, what's your guys' ideas?
I will head to a local temple, and I will also investigate the cause of the water level dropping by casting a spell.
Wonderful. All right, there is a temple that I've prepared for you. Oh, I guess you don't need, your imp anywhere. There, you can drag her back. She's not on patrol mode anymore. I was like, I think we're missing one. Anyways, cool. Okay, there is a temple here in town. At this point, I'm not sure if your character would know it or not. I'll let you kind of run your own judgment, or you can just roll for it if you want.
I mean, I would imagine I can just ask people, hello, is there a Temple of Peace somewhere?
Yeah, so you ask a guard, and he tells you it's in the docks ward.
All right, yes, so I will head there.
All right, after heading down... Wait, all right, so... Okay, wait. You're going to head out? I think Dandros is going to be like, all right, well, I guess you investigate there, with the temple. That's a good idea, because you guys are all about water. Sonozi, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling getting some bacon. That's what I'm feeling.
Well, there's lots here. I mean, after that though, are you just gonna eat bacon all day?
Oh, well, I'm interested in heading towards this desert area. At the very least, checking it out with my own eyes. It may be better to do that than sticking around in the city. So after he gets back and Zune sobers up, I'm ready to head out. So
okay.
You can work
We'll
on
wait
your
for
shield
Jake.
until then.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll wait for Jake then. All right, so then sounds like all of us are gonna stay there while Jake does a little bit of investigating of his own, which is good. Zune is also just gonna kind of hang out. He's gonna sleep because he's still kind of hungover. Take a nap.
Quick, one more thing. I just thought about something. I'm gonna take that shield out of Zune's bag and hand it to Dandros and say, Dandros, if you could do me a favor though concerning this shield, it'd be great. And I'll give him I'll basically draw Zebelwing's symbol and ask him if he could, kind of make the shield look similar to that.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do a little bit of smithing augmentation. I will say it will be, so I don't know how much gold you have, but it'll be 200 gold as he's got to, spend some money on getting heating materials and all that. And then, it'll take a day. So Dandros looks at it, he says, yeah, for sure. Sonozi here, are you planning to use this?
Yes.
Interesting. All right. Well, here, you know what? For a friend, I can definitely do that work. And you know what? I've kind of been bored doing my own work. It's pretty tedious attaching all those stupid scales to a shield. This is artistry. I want to do this. So, yeah, this will take me a day.
Attaching all these stupid scales.
But, yeah, this is a project I really like. I think this is a lot better. So, yeah, I'll do this one for you today. But, It's gonna cost me a little bit with the materials. I'll need a couple hundred gold.
I just gave him 200 gold.
Booyah.
Like, here, have at it.
That's what I needed. Thank you. All right. I won't be pocketing it either. I'll be spending it. And all right. So I'm gonna go down to see if I can find some of these materials, and then I'll be back here in a little bit to forge this for you.
Okay. Are we technically taking a bit of a short rest?
Oh yes, definitely, actually, and I will take a short rest while we all eat and stuff and discuss the different things. And Jake's already gone on his adventure. We can do that for sure. So I might spend some dice. I don't know. The healer's gone. I'll spend some dice. It's only
No,
18. I don't know if I should.
I just heal myself that 18 damage.
All right. How are you healing yourself?
I said short rest. I'm using my hit die.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
I'm munching on breakfast, hanging out, making fun of Zoom. Yeah.
Boom. There we go. I've got 14 left. Holy fuck, I got a lot of hit dice. Slick. I can go for days, baby. I'm a fighter. All right. All right. I get the materials. It only took me like a half an hour. It was easy enough. I actually go to Simon Shroud's place on the way and just kind of investigate. I don't talk to anybody. I just kind of look around, see what's going on. It seems like it's pretty chill. Let's go ahead. Actually, I'll just roll a quick. Maybe I see something. But anyways, and I get back and I start to work on your shield.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't notice anything cool. That's for sure. Booyah, I'm back here. So, just a quick recap. Castos, you are learning which one? Greater invisibility? I can't remember which one you're learning today.
Well, I was actually going to ask if I could learn time stop instead. It's a level 9.
Whoa.
Let me look. I think you're too low level. I think it's not till 17 that you can learn a level 9 spell.
Okay, that's what I thought then.
For some reason, the page is loading like crazy. Are you on your page? I should just ask you, do you have a slot? I don't need to go to your page. Do you have a 9th level slot? No. Yeah, you can't learn that yet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, did you say
don't have
no?
a 9
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, when you level up, you will be able to learn that. But I think right now you're stuck at 8s, right? You have one 8th level slot, and then anything below that.
That's it. Yeah. So I'll just learn greater invisibility.
Sounds good. Now I just want to double check. Did you take out the gold from it last time? Because you did declare it last time, but I don't know if you actually like removed the gold or whatever.
I'm pretty sure I did because I'm pretty low on gold right now. So
Yeah,
I'll just double check.
Sorry, yeah, I thought so too. Okay, perfect. Actually, yeah, wait, how much gold do you have and how much PP do you have?
I have 228 gold and 60 PP.
Yeah, no, that's right. You had thousands before, so, and we all were sitting at that for a while. And now that you've basically blown all your gold on spells, hey, we haven't bought anything here, so.
No.
All right, well, that's smart. It gives you a lot more access to cool things. So, Zune's sleeping, I'm working, you're learning, and we're all chilling. One last thing before we go on to Jake and his investigations. You hear a knock at the door as we're all kind of hanging out still, probably just in the big meeting room, the lunch room or whatever. It's a nice place to hang out. Anyways, you hear a knock at the door, and there's a delivery guy, and he pokes his head in, and he's got a satchel, and he's holding a small package, and he says, "I'm looking for Master Castos. Is he present?"
Yes, I'm right here. What's up?
All right, well, I have a package for you. It comes from Mr. Oleander. He is wishing you, if you are to come to the party tonight, that you would don the gift that is in here, and you and your +1 would also don the gifts here. So, if you would, you can open this now, and he has said for you to bring it to the party tonight, if you so choose to attend.
Oh, thank you very much.
And with that, he scoots out really quickly.
So, well, I guess let's see what this is. I'm going to open the package.
All right, you open the package, and now I'm just wondering, did I give you a leather mask already?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think I played it right, and I didn't give it to you right away. So, yeah, perfect. Inside are 2 leather masks. One is a wolf, and one is a bunny. They're very masquerade-ish. They're not like they don't look too realistic. Pardon me, but they are very like ornate. Some of it has like some featheriness to it. The one with the bunny, and some lace, and then the wolf mask is a bit more masculine. There's mostly leather with a bits of fur that trim it. But you have these 2 masks, and yeah.
I think it's a masquerade ball we're going to tonight. Who wants to be the wolf?
What were the other choices?
Bunny or wolf?
I'll be a bunny, I suppose. Sure.
All right. You and me, we're going tonight. I'm going as the wolf, and you're going as the bunny. I recommend you wash up beforehand.
Will do.
Noble's house, so you might be fancy. You've been running around all day. You probably smell bad.
All right. Well, I think that's good. Luckily, we've got our little royal tiefling here, and little, you've probably got a lot of experience with these kinds of balls and stuff. So I think I'll, definitely don't want to attend. But I hope that it goes well for you too, and maybe we can get a little bit more information at the party about what's going on here.
We'll do that. We'll try to keep our mind on the game and focused and not get too wild.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to check my dooskies before we jump to Jakey Boy, who is now at the temple. You have walked through the docks district, and you've been able to find the building that, is resembling of all of your deity and its religion. And I'm just checking my to-do quickly before we jump into that. I've got a list of things that I like not to skip over some days. Oh, I did miss one thing, but that's okay. We'll do it when Jake gets back, because it's not a big thing.
Back here?
Pardon? Oh, no. Like, I mean, when your character gets back to...
Okay.
Yep. No, I figured you were here. Yeah, that's good. All that. Yeah, all this stuff will come if you get back. When you get back, who knows? But for now, you go to the door, and the temple's quite small. This is a pretty big city, but this temple's kind of tucked a little bit on a side street. It's still quite ornate. You can tell that it was built a little while ago, but it's not very large. There's 2 big wooden doors that bar the entrance, and other than that, the street seems very quiet. Just a few people moseying about.
All right. Well, there's not much of a practical reason for me to have come to the temple, but once I'm there, I will head to the altar shrine, or whatever it is called.
All right, so you head in, and there's a nice altar or shrine at the front of it. It's, again, a pretty small place, only a few pews on each side. It's very rectangular. Well, go ahead. You find the altar. There's a small one, but it'll suffice for anything you might need.
All right, and I'm going to take 10 minutes to cast the spell Planner Ally and summon an angel that would work for my god, although I don't know any particular names, unfortunately.
All right.
So hopefully like a solar or Tyrion or something.
Okay, yeah, I see here. Okay, just reading it out so I can RP this properly. When it appears, it's under no compulsion to behave in any particular way. Interesting. You can ask the creature to perform service. Okay. I think I know what. Well, he's like your god's definitely gonna send you a water elemental to use as the kind of conduit to do this.
A water elemental? Okay. If I get a water elemental, I will give it 10 gold and send it back because it will not be able to help.
Okay, wait.
Like a mirror might be able to help, but I'm summoning a planner ally to investigate the causes of the ocean draining, on the assumption that that is going to kill many, many life forms in the ocean, and that is against the cause of peace.
Okay. It says that it's well. I guess the celestial is probably more fitting for your god. Then is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah. I played it off your race, which was kind of stupid. It's actually a
I
celestial.
would have said that I contact like a merit or something from the plane of water if I'd
Yeah. No, that
been
works.
going for that.
No. Yeah. So some type of celestial. I'm gonna just look up one and I'll pick one, and then you're gonna beseech it to do something, correct?
Yes.
All right. We can go ahead with that as I just look up which one it's gonna be.
And yes, as I said, I'm going to ask it to, while we deal with the Draconians, to investigate the causes of the sea, the ocean draining, because that will kill lots and lots of life, if not probably most life on the planet.
Okay.
And that is obviously the cause of peace.
Definitely. Yep. All right. I want to give a one with So a diva appears before you, a medium celestial, lawful good. It has a flying speed. It can do a bunch of things. And actually, do you know if there's a restriction on CR in this? I don't think there is.
There is not. Like, if I were to summon a fiend, I could get anything from, like, a Scourge, which I think is CR0, to a Pit Fiend, which is CR20.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no restriction.
Okay, cool. All right, so it's going to receive your request to go do the investigations as the world is falling into cataclysm, and this lawful good celestial and your religious god, not your race. Anyways, your religious god is sending this being to help you. So, I'm just thinking they can speak probably.
Real quick, Dan. I just like the fucking idea of him summoning a fucking pit fiend and he's walking around like, do you know about the water? And people just screaming in fear.
All right. She can speak telepathically, apparently. So she speaks telepathically, and I think, because it says payment can take a variety of forms.
And what I'm going for here is if the task is aligned with the creature's ethos, the pay can be reduced.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I see that now. It's underneath the gold stuff. Non-hazardous tasks. Half the suggested payment. All right. Well, this task is not suicidal, so I'm just running through it to make sure we have no other problems. But I think it'll be fine. It will be reduced, and I'm just gonna roll on this. All right, so she requires 350 gold, I think is
Per day?
Oh wait, they're measured in minutes? What the fuck?
Yeah, 100 gold per minute, or 1,000 gold per hour, or 10,000 gold a day. That's why it really needed to be reduced.
Okay. So this will probably take her a day, at least, and so I'm gonna say, yikes, she's gonna require. Well, it's reduced for that. One reduction comes from her alignment, and then this is not a suicidal one. So I think it's half of that. So it's half of 7,000. So, oh, my math is bad today. 35 divided by 2.
1750.
Yes, so it is 1750. It goes from 3,500 down to 1750. If you were to ask her for some sort of like crazy battle-hardened thing, and it was against her, stuff, it would have been $7,000. But for the day, her services will cost you 1,750 gold.
All right, I will accept that. And does the angel want it directly, or should I make donations, or how is this being dealt with?
She asks that you just leave it at the altar.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So we'll leave 150 gold and 100 platinum.
All right. 750 gold, 100 in platinum, and she is now definitely suffice to be doing this task for you.
All right, and that is how Jake will investigate the water.
All right, and does that wrap that up? You're gonna head on out?
Yeah, I guess I would look for because the battlefield in the desert is quite a ways away. We know this, right?
Yes, quite a ways away. Yep. Dandros is a map, and yeah.
I will look for a stables where I might be able to buy some draft creatures.
Okay,
in order to get us there faster. Specifically, I'm looking for Gorkons.
Okay. Yeah, as you're leaving the temple, though, you do see an old man approach you from kind of behind the pews and all that, like kind of where they would all stay in the back. And he kind of looks at you and he says, "Oh, I've never seen you around here. And, well, it seems you've left quite a donation. What is your name?"
Oh, Jake, I came from the mainland. I have been following the God of Peace for basically my entire life. This time I just require some help.
All right. Well, if you ever come back, feel free to have a chat with me. I always like to see members of my religion in different places, and here in Ferendril, there are slightly less people who are inclined to follow the path of peace. So, if you ever need to come back,
more peaceful times, I hope to be back. But now we must deal with the strife that this place is under.
All right. Well, my name is Scald Firewater, and if you ever need to come back, feel free to come to this place as a sanctuary.
Of course.
All right, and he'll turn back and head off to his back room. Just coming to investigate, hearing some people out there, and then seeing this, he decided to introduce himself. All right, and I've added him to the Ferendril thing now, so.
Why does he look like Jake's dad? Jesus.
Doesn't he? I realized that not all the water genasi have to be part of the Temple of Peace. I think I was just like putting both together really hard in my mind. I was like, yeah, all the genasis, they're all like...
You make it canon?
Yeah, it's slowly becoming it.
To the Temple of Peace or something?
Yeah, I think that's kind of... It is slowly becoming canon at this point, so I'm just rolling with it. But I will say it wasn't birthed out of that. It was just birthed out of I guess it was birthed out of that. A whole feeling that this should be part of the campaign, I guess.
Maybe like one of the high priests in the temple is a Merid, and that's why water genasi follow it.
There we go.
I also like the idea of, like calm, peaceful water as well.
Definitely. I think there is like some sort of harmony between the actual race and the actual god or the religion, where it's like, yeah, they both, calm waters. I get it. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, he's done. He's introduced himself. Now you got this place. You know about it. And you have your little ally. Do you need a token for that, or do you? Do you want one? I guess.
No. They're acting entirely autonomously.
Exactly.
They're not following me around.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed a token for it. Okay, so she flies off. And she's going to do her investigation. Oh, wait, she was going to ask you before, telepathically, while you guys have been negotiating your prices, where do you want me to start first?
There is a location that we have suspicion of, about 20 miles, 20 nautical miles northwest of here. There, you will find a strange location where the water is under illusion magic, and there is some sort of underground mountain with lots of magic radiating off of it. I suspect that would be a good place to start.
All right, I shall do it. I will return when it is complete. And she takes off flying. Oh wait, do you have some more to say?
I was like, thank you.
Oh, sorry, yeah. You're welcome. Hopefully I can help you with your charge.
I did. No. Seeing if I can find some gorgons.
Oh yes, all right. Cool. Yeah, I don't think too much time's passed at the castle. We're still doing all of our stuff. Let me see. So you said Gorgon?
I know what you're thinking, but in D&D, gorgons are different. Although they might not be different in your world.
No, it's totally... I know that this is its own creature. I am not thinking Gorons from Zelda, although it's inevitable that it happens. I do know that this is its own creature. I just wanted to make sure that's what you were saying, so... Okay.
Yes, gorgon.
No, you won't be able to find any of those here. Farandrill is a pretty tame place. Something like that might not be easy to find. But within the old district is where they do deal with animals and stuff like that. So if you head there, I'll get you to roll a perception as you look around the market and kind of see what might be available for different mounts is essentially what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Medusa, Gorgon?
I just sent a picture in the Discord of what a gorgon is in D&D terms. In general.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing like what I thought.
Yeah, they're mechanical bowls, generally.
Interesting.
Alright, you said perception?
Yep. Oh, nice. All right. I'll give it to you. Yeah, you notice that around the old district, most of the people who are dealing in different animals, a lot of it's like exotic animals, little pets and stuff like that, probably cost way too much. And you wouldn't be able to ride them. It's just like what people are interested in. There are, a bunch of other people, though, who are selling regular mounts. They're kind of lined up, against the far wall here where your leather worker lady was. And anyways, they are dealing with all sorts of different exotic types of mounts. You see that there's, for the most part, the regular mounts, like types of horses and stuff like that. But one person has wyverns. And he's kind of keeping them in these large cages. And he seems quite proud of what he's brought to the market, I guess. Yeah, and... other than that, pretty much everything else is just sort of like a regular land beast. A couple people have some larger elks, and there's like, some deers that look like they've been at least trained to carry things, some donkeys, and that's good enough. And so and so all of those, but then there's also a guy, he's the only guy who's got flying mounts, and they are wyverns, and yeah.
Hello there. Are these creatures tame?
Well, we captured them out in the desert there. A bunch of the Draconians tried to swoop down on us, and we knocked them off. After that, they seemed a little bit hesitant, but we were able to capture them. We haven't tried to tame them yet, but that might be something for somebody a little bit better at handling beasts than I am.
Well, what are you thinking to try and sell these creatures for?
Well, it's a pretty interesting little creature here. I was talking to the Empire about maybe having them purchase them as well. But, well, I'd be interested in to see what you're willing to pay for them.
Well, before I do that, don't suppose you'd let me have a look to make sure there's nothing wrong with them?
Of course. Yeah, there's the two of them, so they're pretty big creatures. They can carry a lot. You realize that they would be able to carry all 5 of you pretty easily, or 6 or more maybe, depending on how big and heavy the creatures are. Regardless, these 2 wyverns, they look like they're in totally good health. It looks like they didn't see the major part of the battle. They're wearing some light armor. Other than that, they and some riding equipment that was obviously of draconian make, but other than that, they look healthy and normal.
I am going to cast Remove Curse on one of them and see if it does anything.
All right. Let me just bring up my wyvern page quick.
This man has a wyvern page.
Oh yeah, you guys did fight them, so I have to keep it around. Or at least I do keep it. It's just something I keep around, I guess. Regardless, it doesn't take any sort of noticeable effect. They seem to be just kind of wily and feral, but the removing the curse, you don't feel it take effect on any sort of magic inside of the beast.
All right. And how many of them are there?
There's 2 of them, and yeah, they look like they're equipped to handle 6 people, as they have these leftover reins and the thing you sit in. I don't know, saddle. That's what it is. They have reins and saddle that can handle 3 per side, or per wyvern.
Well, I'm sure these would go for an exceedingly high price. However, there's the unfortunate fact that they are not currently tamed. Having to do that ourselves, I think, would lower it significantly. I'm thinking about twice the price of an elephant, 400 apiece.
All right. Well, seems a little low. These are some pretty exotic beasts, and I know the Empire does have a little bit of interest in these wyverns. Let me think here. Well,
You don't have to worry about that. As long as I explain it to the Reeve, there'll be no concerns there.
Oh, you know the Reeve?
Yes, I don't know if you saw the announcements. My name is Jake, and I will fling out my cape magnificently. I have recently come to be a rather high-ranking member of the Empire here.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I heard that some people were out and about here, but I didn't know that you were one of them. Well, here, if you can get the Reeve to just give me a note or something, or get him to pay for it, that'd be fine. I wouldn't worry about it at all. I think we could probably work together to get him to pay a proper price, and then you get your wyverns. If you want to try and persuade him to do that, I'll be here.
Let's check. Make sure I've got the name of this guy. Yeah. Ebro is the guard. I suppose he doesn't actually have to say it then. Alright. I guess sending. Sure, I'll accept the guy's offer for now. And head back to the cabin.
Looking forward to doing business with you.
Indeed.
All right, you've made your way back to the castle now?
Yep.
Cool. So the majority of the day has now passed. The afternoon has kind of passed as Jake did some investigating and chatting. We've all been working on our things. So I will say now, because each of them take 8 hours or whatever, we're coming to supper time. We're finishing all of our activities that we started, pre-lunch or whatever when Jake left. And yeah, it's about 7 at night, and Dandros finishes up the shield, and also, actually, Cassius, can you just check on how long it takes you to learn that one? I think it takes 8 hours as well, but it might take 16. I'll check on it. In the meantime, Jake has returned now, and Dandros has handed over the shield to Sonozi. Sonozi, here you go. I put a little bit of heart and soul into that, so hopefully it looks good. Actually, I'm going to roll for that too. Apparently, like, when you craft things, you're supposed to kind of roll. There's like a whole thing with DM. Anyways, but I'll bring that in for now, right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can see that it's not the best like line work, but it's all right. This is just more of an aesthetic roll.
Does it look like a turtle shell?
Yeah, but some of the lines in the shell don't quite add up. Like the geometry of it is a little wonky, but it looks like a turtle shell, like unmistakably. It's just that it's not like a perfect turtle shell.
I'll say this'll do. All right, but now on to the next thing. I'm gonna pick it up and take out my javelin, and I'm gonna say, now here comes the training, Dandros.
Oh, you want me to teach you how to use that thing?
Yes.
Oh, I can do that. We'll just have to, we'll have to spend some time and a little bit of resources, all that type of stuff. We'll train you up in this.
I start poking at him with the javelin.
Whoa, hey, and he kind of dodges out a little bit of a ways. And then he grabs his shield off his back really aggressively, and he starts like getting ready. He's like, all right, well, if you want to go now, I'll take you with my shield.
There we go. That's the spirit.
All right, well,
and then we'll do some of that.
Yeah, we'll do some sparring. I won't get us to a roll. The attack rolls is we're just kind of, we're not really going at it. But exactly. As we train, Castos, you're off in the distance. Oh, I didn't even look up the wizard thing. Anyways, you're off in the distance. You're finishing up learning your greater invisibility. And while we're doing this, Zun's going to wake up from his nap, and also Jake will return. And so kind of as we're sparring, I see Jake come in, and I say, oh, hey, Jake, check it out. Our friend is learning how to use a shield. Also, one sec, we've got the Nakatron rating. What's up, Naka? How you doing? It's been a hot minute since I've seen you, girl. What's up? Much love, Nakatron. Much love to everybody tuning in. Hey, El Pimiento, I remember you. All right, let's get back to it. So, yeah, Castos, you were learning some spells. You've just finished learning. Jake's here. You guys can go. I've said hey to Jake, and yeah, we're just learning how to do some shield work with our homie here. Our warlock is training up in shield proficiency of all things, and Dandros is training him. It's going to take some time and some money, but anyways, Jake, you've come back. Everybody's here now, and we can all discuss a little bit more about what we're going to do maybe tonight as the party. The party is tonight, and anyways, Dandros is going to look around and says, all right, guys, well, I'll keep sparring here with Sonozi while we talk. What do we want to do tonight? I know Castos and Sonozi are going to this crazy nobles party. What do you want to do with me, Jake? Should we go down to the medical ward and maybe heal some more people, make them whole, and make our group look a little bit better?
Well, I can do that. It's part of my contract, after all. However, I'm looking to buy and use a pair of wyverns for our group at the Empire's expense, so I'll be doing that first.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Oh, you know what? That reminds me.
Did we hear that, by the way? Like, is he telling that just to Dandros or to everybody?
I think,
to everybody?
Yeah, we're having an open discussion now in the castle. Kind of like it's like a courtyard, but it's a dining room. That's what it is. It's a big dining room, and we're all there. We're all hanging out. So yeah, I assume we're all talking towards each other now. And yeah, Dandros is gonna say, "Oh, Jake, that reminds me. I have to send a message to the order, and I know you have that neat little spell that you've been using. So maybe when they're gone, I'll craft a message, and hopefully I can persuade them to give us some more money and keep going with the campaign while we hold on to the gems that they want." Does that sound good, Jake? I probably need your help on that one.
Could you repeat that, sir?
Oh, I'll have to use that neat little spell that you use to send messages to people. I gotta talk to the Order about getting more money for us.
Sure. I will, I'll go ahead and relay that. And I'll use sending to once again send a message to the magistrate to then send a actual letter to the Order.
Sounds good. All right, so yeah, it's kind of supper time. At this point, the castle guards or the castle waiting staff are setting up another meal for us. It's kind of supper time, and Dandros kind of looks around. He says, "All right, well, I guess we should eat a little bit, and then these two are gonna head out. Zune, I guess he can hang with us, and Caslos and Sinozi. When you're at the party, just make sure you don't get into too much trouble, and when you're done, just come back here and make sure to let us know that you're all right."
I can't promise too much, but we'll see.
Fair enough. I guess we had a pretty rowdy night last night, so I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys, but, well, yeah, hopefully we can stay in touch. All right, and we don't have to retrieve anyone from the forest like we did today. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna scarf down some food.
Speaking of which, I'll leave Juniper here with you, so she can communicate with me, or communicate. Yeah, she can communicate back and forth between us, just in case.
Nice, that sounds good. Especially if you have any weird questions, maybe Jake and I can help answer them.
Yeah, just toss her a snack or two every so often.
Oh yeah, I'll give her pats on the head. No worries. I like Juniper a lot. She's been a faithful companion, so.
He has. He doesn't know about that other one that just fucking exploded.
That one, we're not talking about that one.
For
yeah.
brownie points, it's hilarious.
Oh my god, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, Dandros is gonna hang with Jake. Let's get you guys. So yeah, we're finishing up our little supper. You guys can munch down as much as you want, and then when you're ready to head out, you can choose whichever masks you're choosing. I already forget, and then you can go to the party while Jake and I and Zune will do our own thing.
Yep, big man Zune, not Zune. Big man Castos is the wolf, and I'm the bunny.
Nice. All right, that's what it was.
Exactly. I'm excited.
And I'll say, where did you get these masks again?
Well, they're a gift from this guy I met the other night.
Right.
And he gave us this pass to come to this party as well. And I guess he didn't tell me that it was a masquerade party. So I'm as intrigued as you are.
I'm looking at the mask. Is this magic?
You would have
that's
to
fine.
probably
Did
try
you
and.
just- I'm asking cast. I'm asking
Oh, sorry,
Castos.
sorry.
Oh, well, let's find out. I can detect magic. Let's check it out. And I grab both masks and I cast detect magic.
Yeah, you see that the masks are just normal. They the fur is real, the leather is real, the feathers are real, and all of the components feel very real when you touch them. No magic is coming off of them.
Oh, okay. These are just really, really nice. Interesting.
I like detail. I like the fur and everything, this leather. Yeah. I wonder if should we go in the full costume or should we just wear the masks?
I'm gonna wear the mask. And I'm just going like this, buddy.
Alright, good. Let's check it out.
All right. Well, I will take you over to that page in a second. So now you guys are set up to go to the party. I just want to confer with Jake. Jake, is there much that we want to do before the end of the night with Zune here? Do you have any ideas? Dandros is kind of just relaxing. So.
I'm gonna go ahead and visit the quartermaster about this buying wyverns business.
Oh yeah, we'll go see if we can persuade our homies to give us some money for some wyverns. Okay, cool. Well, let's go do that right now. So we go down to the quartermaster. We find him. And this is also probably one of the guys that we would have to talk to about getting money for investigating this whole mystery that we've been investigating. So you can kind of talk to this guy about both if you want.
I will ignore the mystery thing and just focus on the wyverns for now.
Fair enough.
And yeah, let him know that I understand he's interested in a pair of wyverns that are currently for sale in the market. We were hoping that I'll negotiate with the seller for them, and then our group will attempt to tame them in place of the Empire in exchange for being able to use them. And once we're done, obviously, we'll send them back to the Empire.
All right, I'll get you to roll persuasion with advantage, because they're very aware that you are working with them now, and yeah, that's fine too. You can toss that on top. Oh yeah. Oh yes, very much so. Yes, this is. He thinks it's a great idea. He's like, oh, I know you guys. You're from the Dandros group. How interesting. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, Anders is standing right there, actually.
Oh, Dandros, that is you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you in the back there. You're kind of standing in the shadows. Don't do that. Come here. All right, anyways. So, yeah, these wyverns, you want them. You're going to take them and you're going to tame them, right?
Yeah, that is indeed the plan.
All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take this up top. I'm going to go talk to the Reeve right now. I think these wyverns are probably best in your hands if we can get them tamed. That sounds great. So I'll go to the Reeve right now. Stay right here. And you see him like run away, and then he comes back in like 2 minutes. Do you guys want to talk in between that, or is that fine?
No, it's...
Yeah, I figured it's not. And anyways, he comes back, and he's like, yeah, you know what? The Reeve said he trusts my judgment, which is great because the Reeve, he's a good guy. And anyways, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy them tomorrow. When they wake up in the morning at the market, I'll bring the wyverns back here. They're going to be in the cages. I'll put them in one of the holds, or maybe the brig. I'm not sure yet. One of the two. I'll put some guards there, and you guys can all work together to tame it out. Does that sound good?
Sure.
All right, I might even send one of the wizards from the Wizard's Tower. Have you been there yet? Maybe not. But regardless, the Wizard's Tower has wizards, and obviously, and we might help you if we can. We were going to do it ourselves, but we were not very skilled in animal handling, and we're not very skilled in the ways of the magic that deals with nature and beasts. So, well, hopefully you guys can fare a little better.
All right.
All right, is there any other questions, burning desires?
Nope.
All right, well, I'll see you in the morning then, and, just come back here and I'll take you to where I've stored them for the time being.
Okay.
I just gotta say, I always love that this whole thing has taken such a turn. From us being, like, serious vagrants, like, on the edge of the law, to, like, now we're literally getting money from the Empire to go do this stuff. It's pretty good. Okay.
Fate.
It is a twist of fate. Yeah, Zun's there too. He's a criminal inside the castle walls. I don't think maybe he'd ever think of that other than if he was like stealing, so.
And then the
I'm
last
just
before being done for the night is go ahead and regenerate 2 people in the infirmary.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll come with you there, Jake, while you do that. I think it's important that we show our faces to the Empire when we're healing their men, so that they understand that, even though we were criminals, we're on their side now, and we're here to help. So, yeah, I'll come with you while you do that. Zun, you can go to bed. And Zun just goes to bed. Because he's not here right now. Yeah, I guess he did say he might not make the whole session, which is totally fine, so. And it looks like we're probably going to get till maybe 3 till I have to leave, so that's good too. We're going to get a pretty good session here. Regardless, that ends the night for Jake. You guys are at a party. I'm probably just going to make Dandros carouse a bit anyways for fun. Oh, and I guess while we were eating supper, you did see him burping up little bits of colored bubbles, if you guys ever want to talk to him about that. yeah, for now, I think I'll just like say that he goes out. He might go try and find Bertru again. Really, the only true friend that we've made. Maybe Draxus, but he likes Bertru. He doesn't really like Draxus as much. So, anyways, he's gonna go find Bertru and try and carouse with her a little bit. Yeah, and then I'll take Sonozi, Sonozi and Castos. We're gonna take you to the mansion, and we're gonna go have a party.
Let's do it.
Is that Zune? Oh, it is Zune. Perfect. Oh, wow. Yo, Zune. Okay, let's do a recap. We should do a big recap. How you doing, Zune?
I'm doing okay. Just moved a whole bunch of furniture in the 31-degree heat.
Yeah, I do not envy you today working hard in the heat. It's cooled down here in the YEG a bit, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely was deadly the last few days, so...
Oh man, last night, me and my buddy, we moved about all my weight equipment from my other house to my new place in that fucking heat. Like, it was ridiculous. I couldn't imagine trying to move furniture too.
Yeah, we built half a fence too.
Oh geez, all in the sun too.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even get halfway really. We moved all the materials to the site and started cutting boards, but my dad's 70 and he was like, this is too hot, I give up. Let's start at 8 tomorrow. So
That's
here I am.
fair.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, I've been a little worried about my dog during the heat because he's an old dog, man, and he was panting hard, but it's passed mostly for us now here, so that's good. But yeah, you want to hear a quick recap? I know you've missed a couple sessions, so it's kind of good. We got some Twitchers here today. It's a good time to do a recap, honestly, and kind of just tell you what the party's been up to, man.
Sounds good.
All right, so you were here when we came to this final city, this big city, and we made friends with the Empire. You, a criminal of all people. We followed a lot of criminal routes as we were all working together, and now all of a sudden we've changed our minds and we wanted to become friends with the Empire and, have access to Farandrill as a place to come and not be sort of barred from the city by our criminal wantedness. Anyways, we came in and we identified a bunch of objects that we had gathered, the magical objects. And then we found a wizard that had been hung in the main square, and he was wearing a nice little cloak, and it had a special symbol on it that resembled the symbol that we had seen at one of the temples. And anyways, after that, we made friends with the Empire. They did a big ceremony for us. You were here for most of this, where they celebrated us and kind of started the propaganda train that these vigilantes are now going to be part of the fight against the Draconians, the evil Draconians. Anyways, after the ceremony, we had a dinner with the Reeve, who controls all of the city, and that was where you kind of left off. We had just entered this kind of information gathering scenario at the dinner, and anyways, so this is kind of most of this will be new to you. At the dinner, they gave us a lot of information, a whole bunch of new information. The Draconians' leader was challenged to a battle because he failed to capture the gems, right? We've got 2 of them, they've got 3. That kind of didn't play out for them. So this new guy, Rogar Norixius, the rumor is that he battled the former leader and destroyed him, and now he's the leader. And with that, there's been a new change in the guard and which god they are worshipping. So with the new change of who's at the top, basically there's this new god symbolism that they're trying to figure out right now. The Empire knows about this stuff, and they've told you about it, and they're still working on it. And then they kind of decided to talk about the other cataclysm that's going on in this world, which was the fact that the oceans are being drained. They had a planet biologist come out or whatever and say that essentially at this rate we only have about 30 days until the oceans are going to be completely drained. And with that, that kind of gives us like a marker. These guys were really worried about that point because at that point it's an irreversible damage will be done to this planet, right? So they talked about the cataclysm, and not really knowing they don't have any idea. The Empire doesn't have any idea what's going on with that. And it's a very new thing. It only happened in the last couple days that you guys showed up. Then they went to tell you a little bit more about the noble houses that had been evil. You guys had killed that noble in Ellendir, which was a really crazy thing to do, but you went ahead and did it. I loved it. And you followed the kind of intrigue all the way back to get him, which was dope. And so after that, they told you that Lusta's gone into hiding, actually. And what happened was he was resurrected after that so that he could stand trial and do a bunch of other things. He was being investigated, right? And because he was being investigated, he decided to completely leave Ellendir. I think at some point we might have even scryed on him. I'm not sure. Now that I think back to it, can you guys remind me if we did scry on him? I think we saw him somehow.
Who was it again?
It was Lusta Magefoot, the guy who he killed in Ellendir, and then the noble, and then but maybe not. Regardless, he's gone into hiding, and he was resurrected. Yeah. Then we learned that we could stay in the barracks for the castle. It's kind of become a new home for us. And Reeve Oleander told us that he's gonna have to start up the propaganda machine tomorrow in the morning. He wasn't really looking forward to it, saying that you guys are now friends of the Empire. After dinner, a whole bunch of stuff happened, and I'm just gonna take a second, have a little drink here, and also, what's up, Twitchers? How you guys doing? Much love. We're basically almost caught up, so a little bit of water, and we'll get back into after our supper with the Reeve. All right, so Dandros and Jake went down to the medical ward after, and we healed some people, just trying to make ourselves look good in the Empire's eyes, right? But you, Zune, and Castos and Sonozi went to do a bit of, capers or types of like break-ins and stuff to get a little bit more information on one of the evil houses that we were investigating that had been working with Lusta Magefoot. During this, we eventually found a blacksmith that we knew belonged to one of the suspected nobles. And we went in there and kind of snuck around, and we found a sending stone. And so now we have a sending stone from this place. We also did some, pardon me, where are we at here? I'm like, wow, right to the carousing. Okay, yeah, that was basically it. We went in there. We didn't find, most importantly, we didn't find any damning evidence that this house was working with the evil noble from Ellendir. So that was kind of interesting. We took the sending stone and we all disappeared. It was all very quiet and stealthy because even though Castos rolled a nat 1, you guys were literally invisible, and he has like the boots that make it like so no sound comes out. So after the roll, I was like, wait, you guys, like, Castos, you don't even have to roll. But regardless, you made it out fine. Then we all met up together back at the castle and decided to go partying, and that was like a weird little thing we did. I skipped a whole part, but that's okay. We ended up carousing with Bertru, our old captain, right? And we went drinking. I did miss one thing. I'll go back. After dinner, before we went to do the investigation, Castos and Sonozi wanted to learn the teleportation sigil that will bring us back to the castle. So we went and learned that. And then they did a bit of espionage spying on the wizards that taught them that. And they told us that, or essentially they overheard that this phenomenon, this cataclysm where the ocean is draining, is not an arcane phenomenon. They are quite sure about it, and they are quite sure it's a religious phenomenon tied to some sort of deity. Then we learned that castle sigil, right? And then we, that was all. I just wanted to say that little part too, because I did skip it, so. Feel free to BRB right now. We're got a couple more minutes at least of talking about this, because there was quite a bit. Are you following along, Zune? Any questions? Any other things? Chat, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I'll keep going after dinner when we started to go partying, because that's kind of a fun part too. All right, well, if you have nothing to ask about, then we will go to our little carousing part. So, Dandros wanted to meet up with Bertru, our former captain of our nice vessel, because he thinks she's a fun time. And anyways, so we decided to go bar hopping until we found Bertru, which we did. Castos ordered us some drinks and some food and stuff like that, and we ordered some drinks or whatever. And eventually we found Bertru, hung out with Bertru, And then I got everybody to roll on a random carousing table, which is sort of like a random, like you got drunk and who knows what happens kind of thing. And I'll just do a quick synopsis of how each of our nights ended up after we got blackout drunk with each other and had a really good night. So anyways, Dandros ended up in a potion shop. He'd broken in somehow, and there was like empty vials all around him. Now when he eats, little burping bubbles of different colors come out of his mouth. You guys were able to see it at supper and at breakfast. So if you guys ever want to talk to him about that, that's fine. Fair. It's all fair game. You would have noticed it. He's not even really trying to hide it because he's not aware of it either. He can't see his own mouth, right? So anyways, Sonozi, after getting blackout drunk and disappearing from the group, ended up in a noble's house where he had carved a garden topiary, like one of those bushes, into a phallic symbol, a penis, and then proceeded to blame it on one of his imps. Sorry, go ahead. Anyways, yeah, he proceeded to blame the whole thing on one of his imps, and then, you know, kind of like took the gusto or the glory for defeating the bad imp, even though he did it himself. And he was able to get away with that kind of deception. Casthos woke up in the floor of a seedy club, and Casthos was originally wearing, just his regular gear, and all of that had ended up in a corner, and he was like wearing nothing but a G-string when he woke up in this club. He also had received an invitation for a private party, and the party was for Davin Oleander, who is the Reeves' nephew. So the Reeve that we met at that dinner and everything, his name is Cadence Oleander, but this is the nephew, the young party wild Davin Oleander, who invited these Casthos to this party. He also woke up with some money, so obviously he was doing something that gained him some sort of money, but it's still up in the air. Most of this stuff you guys don't remember as well, so you only remember bits and pieces. Okay, now we're getting to your character, Zune. So glad I can be catching you up on all of this. After you got drunk, you headed down the coast for a while, and you ended up in a sort of coastal forest. And you ended up, whatever happened at that point happened, but we kind of scryed on you because we didn't know where you were in the morning, and we found you inside of a circle of myconids, which are kind of like humans that have mushrooms. They're mushroom humanoids, right? They look like mushrooms and all that stuff. And they were actually singing a song from your past, a lullaby that you would have known because your parents sung it to you all the time. And they were singing this sort of lullaby in the background. And our group was a little scared, a little worried. We were a little unsure about their intent. It seemed good. They weren't hurting you, but you were unconscious in the middle of 29 of these things. And they were doing something to you. They were singing this tune. We had no idea it was from your past. But you would have known. However, we snuck in, teleported in, and then we teleported you out. And Casthos, who is now a very skilled wizard, has got you back to the castle, and you just spent the rest of the day mostly just recuperating. We didn't play your character out very much because I wanted you to have this day of downtime that we were in. You'll be able to make some decisions about that right away. And then just for the last little bit of what happened after the party, Bertru, she went out and met a girl who she had met before, and she had tried to seduce this girl, and it didn't work. Her advances had been rejected. However, rolling on the carousing table worked well for her because she was able to find that same person and actually seduce them, and now they are at least, starting some sort of budding romance, maybe. We'll see. But that's how Bertrude's night went. In the morning, there was a whole bunch of stuff we did. So, while we were waiting for you, right, because you were just, lost in the forest, we did a couple things. We got together and did a couple scryings. And the first scrying, we wanted a little more information about not only these evil noble houses, but also a little bit about the adamantine weapons that they had been using. The Reeve had told us that they were using these adamantine weapons, and that somehow these shipments had been coordinated, and then they'd been crafted into these things, all under sort of illegal pretense. So we were investigating them. We did one scrying on Simon Shroud, the place we broke into in the night, when we were all invisible and all that shit. Anyways, they were talking about different ways to prove their innocence. They were very, concerned at the fact that their house had been implicated in this terrible, terrible, treachery. Anyways, they were all talking about different ways to prove their innocence. They weren't talking about ways to beat a legal battle. It was specifically about how do we get evidence that we're not the guys. Sonozi did an insight check while he was doing this scrying, and he wasn't able to ascertain whether or not they were telling the truth or not. So as far as we know right now, they were in discussions about trying to prove their innocence, but we weren't able to actually glean it ourselves which way is true or not. After that, we decided to do another scrying before we scryed on you and found you drunk on your face in front of all these myconids. The second scrying was on a battlefield in the desert, and we were able to see some Draconians. They were chasing down an Empire battalion, and they didn't have any adamantine weapons. Only their battle master did, or their battle leader, and he had adamantine armor and adamantine weapons. And yeah, that seemed a little weird because the Reeve had only mentioned adamantine weapons up until this point, not armor. And we all discussed that a little bit, but then we had a bunch of other things to do today. So I don't have a recap on today, so I'm just going to take a second and think about what we all did, unless somebody else wants to recap today, because I just did a bunch of talking.
Sure. We found out Zoom was amongst us, so we scried his location, teleported over, and teleported back once we had him. Once we were back, Castos decided to spend his day learning a new spell. Jake went off to summon a celestial in order to investigate the causes of the water level reduction. And I don't think that Sonozi did anything of note. On the way back, Jake was looking for mounts to take us to the battlefield quicker, and indeed was able to find a pair of wyverns, where he convinced the quartermaster to buy them on behalf of the Empire, but we would get to use them as long as we tamed them. After that, Sonozi and Castos went out to the party, and that is where we are now.
Yeah, that was really good. Did he miss anything, anyone? I can't really... I'm like, that's pretty much it, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
What message did I give? Hello?
I'm not sure. What message? What?
Jake said there was a message that I didn't give to somebody.
No, I said you didn't give. You didn't particularly do anything really worth talking about today. It's like you were doing the shield training and cast the scryings and whatnot.
Mm.
Yep.
But you didn't go on any solo adventures.
Yeah, so today basically Jake went on his own solo adventure. He went to the temple of his god, and then he went and did looking for some wyverns, which he found, or some mounts, and then he found wyverns, and we've been able to persuade the Empire to help us. He did a fucking good job with persuasion too. Anyways, and then, yeah, so the people who were staying back at the castle was everybody else while Jake did this during the day. We were all working on ourselves. Yeah, Caslos did a spell. I worked on building a turtle shield for Sonozi, as Sonozi has now expressed interest in joining me in carrying a shield, so I'm going to have to train him to be proficient with it. However, while that was basically it, like we were doing some sparring, I was doing a little bit of training with him, Jake had come back, and we had all decided to sort of hang out at the castle while these two go on a party, although Dandros did decide to go see Bertru. So, coming back now, I think that covers everything, and Zune, I've got a bunch of stuff to ask you. So, when we get you back from the teleportation, I had you just eat a bunch of food right away. But I'm going to let you play out the rest of the day from that point, because you won't join Jake, obviously, but you will have a day of downtime to spend how you want. 8 hours to spend on training proficiencies or whatever else you're learning, a language or whatever else. So Let me know what you're thinking while you have this day of downtime and everybody else is at the castle. Jake went out to do his own thing. What were you feeling while you finish up your kind of like noontime meal, your lunch meal?
I think that I'm probably pretty hungover and feeling pretty gross in the gut from the mushrooms. Pretty sure I did some mushrooms last night.
Eat one of those mushrooms.
Yo, give me like a wisdom or an int check, just straight wisdom or int, and I'll see if you're smart enough to actually remember a little bit of pieces and whatever. It's actually just to see if you did any mushrooms. That's literally all I care about right now. I'm like, yo, do a check on that. Did you do mushrooms? So you can hit int or wisdom because you can int will be like your memory and wisdom will be your like medicine check, I believe, of your body to see if you still feel kind of tingly from your adventures in the mushroom forest. And it won't be a save, it will just be a check. So you'll click it off of the numbers that are on the left-hand side there. And no advantage or disadvantage, it's just a straight roll. I know your sheet's probably asking you a bunch of things. Is it a normal roll? Do you have assassinate? Do you have... Oh, what? Yeah, you did mushrooms. Yeah, last night you do remember it. Actually, you have the memory of taking a handful of mushrooms from the myconids. They were very friendly with you, and it allowed you to speak to them in their language, which is myconid, which is why, Jake, earlier when you spoke to them, they didn't really, like, you know, they were in a trance already, but they don't even speak your language. Regardless... You remember doing it, yeah, and then you must have just passed out, and you must have taught them the song, too, at some point, because you remember them singing you a lullaby to sleep.
That's often nice of them.
So, let me get this straight. Did he get fed their children?
I mean, I guess so. It kind of seems that way. I don't know what cannibalism is like for mushroom people, but maybe mushrooms that are just mushrooms aren't actually like cannibalism.
Okay, good point. I gotcha.
But you know, some societies are crazy, and you might have to eat a baby now and then. You never know. All right, well, it's good to see you had a good time there, Zune. What are you going to do today while we all hang out at the castle? We're still waiting for Jake to get back.
I was learning...
Giant, I believe, is the language you were learning.
I was learning Giant. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
All right, you were breaking up a little bit there, but I think you said you're gonna just take a day in that, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
I was working on an identity before, but I don't think it's meant to play out anyway.
Ours.
Is it getting a little scritchy for everyone, or is it just me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I think what you said is you were working on identifying something. Oh.
Making a secret identity sort of documents and forging stuff.
That's right. I do remember that at the end of last session. All right. That you were around for. Okay, so you can choose.
Although I don't know if...
So, yeah, you're going to choose the language.
Hello?
Yeah, you're a little in and out today. I don't know why, but it might be just the internet in general. But so yeah, are you choosing?
I'll move to a different room. Yeah, this is a new office.
Oh, okay, and you'll continue to work on your disguise.
Yeah, sure. I'll work on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you have a resource for both we built into your character sheet last time, so you can just add one day to the, I think it's a week that it takes for your false identity to come with all the forged documents and all that. So you can add one more day to that one.
Okay. Do you think we'll have that many more days?
Well, I know that just out of game, I'll tell you, because your character would know all of this. So Jake has a cloak that he's waiting on right now in town. They've said it's going to be maybe like 4 or 5 more days, who knows. But they're working on it really fast, so they're trying to get it done quickly. Dandros is working on a shield right now. He's got a few days into it, but he wants to work on it a little bit more. And then I'm not sure about what Sinozi, Castos, and Jake are feeling, but I know Jake, last time we sort of talked about it with one of the characters. You were saying we're getting ready to, you want to get to the desert where we know that there's been a lot of draconian activity. So yeah, what are you guys feeling, I guess?
Bang.
Ready to roll?
Okay, so then, yeah, we'll probably just, like, I don't know, wait the last few days. Whenever Jake's cloak is done, even if we don't want to wait for it, we could always maybe teleport back and forth. Regardless, yeah, Dandros is good to go. He is not worried about the shield because he can work on it at other times too, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think maybe we would have like 3 or 4 days. We're probably gonna have to discuss it a bit too, actually, as a group, just to see what everybody's wants and needs are. So
Well, I'd like to find out the results of the planar ally investigation.
yeah, we have to wait for the planar ally investigation, which was something that happened today, which we totally glossed over. But at the temple, or maybe I just missed it. But
They can come find me in the castle. It's fine.
yeah. So yeah, Jake summoned a planar ally to investigate the sea thing. Yeah, I remember that. Anyways, so we're gonna be here for a few days. I'll say that much. But yeah, let's go back to the present now, because we've got you basically all caught up, which is dope. You've spent your day working on your forged identity, while everybody else worked on their stuff, and Jake did his stuff. Now, Jake is going to go to bed. That's the point where he's at. Dandros has let you, Zune, know that he is going to go drinking and try and find Bertrude. That's his goal. He's just going to have a good night, whatever. And you also know that Castos and Sinozi are off to the mansion party. So, now that you're perfectly caught up, do you want to, well, I don't know what you want to do, but, just some options. You can join me, Dandros. He always loves having you along to come drink. You can, do whatever you want in the city, or like anything else, other questions. There's even threads that we haven't picked up on that we set at the beginning when you were here. So if you have any other threads you want to pick up on, let me know. But yeah, go ahead. You see Dandros is getting ready to head out, and Castos and Sinozi, they've already gotten ready to leave too. So what are you feeling?
Yeah, I'll buddy along with Dandros there.
Oh, sick. All right, yeah, for sure. Come tag along with me, and we will do another night of carousing. I'm sure it'll offer lots of random funny things, which is always good. Okay. Well, this is a good time to take our break. We're basically at the 2-hour mark, and we've got Zune back. We're all caught up, and it's basically a great little launch point. I usually only take a 2-minute break because I just grab water and kind of go to the bathroom and stuff. And anyways, and then we'll pick it right back up. We'll probably start with just the quick carousing bit between Zune and Dandros and Bertrude, and then after that we'll get into the more deeper, in-depth stuff of the party at the noble's house. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Unless you got a question I can answer now, because yeah, whatever.
I'm good.
All right, cool. There is some people here today actually hanging out with the Twitch as always. So if you guys want to chat with them or about the party or whatever you guys want, you can go ahead. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Or if you need a break too, now's the time.
Is my mic working better now?
Oh yeah, much better.
Cool.
What was wrong with the other mic? You just had to plug it in, unplug it, and plug it back in again.
I was in basement of my new house, and I guess the Wi-Fi is just kind of shit down there.
That's cool. So this new house that you got, like, just like, what like, a new neighborhood, everything, like brand new, or is it like you renovating it?
No, it doesn't need any renos. It's kind of near Aiden Bowman.
Well, that's nice.
But the house I moved from, I'm doing some work on, like, because I kept that one as a rental.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, what's up, Twitches? How you doing?
So that's why I'm building a fence out there.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Did anybody leave? We still all here?
Yep,
We're
I'm
staying.
here.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go. That was 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, Zune. I'm gonna zoom you over, or do you have your token? I don't know. I just dragged it out today. You probably don't even have control of it right now.
He has another token on the very left side of the map.
Oh, I was just zooming out trying to find it. Yeah, I gotta find this token. Hold up. Top left, where?
On the other side of Heather Star. Heather Far? Yeah, Heather Star.
Oh yeah, there he is on the outskirts. That's your token. So you can see yourself in Heather Star, the red neighborhood, and you're at the very edge, but I'll bring you in, don't worry. Oh yeah, you got it. All right, come hang out with me. I'm going to try and find Bertru. We're in the docks ward, the green area. Yeah, there you go. We also met this guy here. That guy to the left, that's Jake's like dude. Hey, what's up? Small 420 who? Yeah, I should probably take one right now, actually. That way we can get back into it right away. Yeah, I'll just take a small one. Or even maybe as you guys tell me what you want to do. So, Zune, you know, you and Dandros, Dandros knew where Bertru is, like where she drinks now, and the inn that she hangs out at, because we found her. So, you know, we find her again. She's kind of doing the same thing, hanging out. And yeah, we approach, and Dandros, when we get into the bar, says, "All right, hey, there's Bertru. I'll go sit down with her, and well, you can do whatever you want."
Hey, Birdie.
Oh, hey there.
What's up?
All right, you know what? Just give me a sec. I'm like trying to do two things at once. I'm like, yeah, I can roleplay and pack bowls. Anyways, 1 second. It's much faster and more efficient if you just do one and then the other. All right, Twitchers, we're going to have a little quick hoot. Here in legal, it is Canada. Here in Canada, it is legal. There we go. Anyways, so I just have a little one, and let's go. It's got to be a small one. Okay. All right. You asked Birdie how she was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am doing great. How are you? You looked pretty sloshed when you left.
I had a night.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I had a bit of a night myself. Well, are you going to tell me
that's
about
good to
yours?
hear.
I'm kind of
Sorry?
interested. Or what? You should tell me about yours.
I don't remember a whole lot. There were some mushrooms and some weird people with fungus. I don't know, man. It was a time.
Right. Did you say mushrooms?
Mm-hmm.
That does sound like a bit of a wild time.
What'd you get up to, Birdie?
Well, there was a pretty lass that I saw when I came into town first time. And then, well, she wouldn't have me, but I went back and I found her. And, well, I bedded her last night. And she kind of goes for a high five with you.
Half five.
I have to say, she's quite a looker. Maybe we can find one for you tonight, Zune.
Maybe.
All right, well, Dandros, what did you get up to? And Dandros will just look around and says, well, I woke up in a potion shop, and now every time I burp it, this happens. And he proceeds to let out a big burp, and there's like, a bunch of little colorful bubbles going out. And yeah, he's like, I noticed it a little while ago when I had a little burp after supper there. One floated up past my eye. Pretty weird. And Birdie will look at him and she says, all right, well, I guess we should have another round and get back to it. We'll do it all again tonight. All right, so yeah, at this point, I'll just say, we continue to drink with Bertru. Is there anything specific you want to do tonight with Bertru or Dandros or with anything else, or are you just going to have a good night hanging out and partying?
Hang out, party, maybe play some cards or some dice. Maybe lift a few coins out of pockets.
Perfect.
The usual.
That works great for me because there's actually stuff in here that has to do with gambling and shit like that. So it plays out perfect, and you have your deck still, right? You have your cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, we spend the night, we bust out some cards at a table, at a side or whatever, and we do some gambling and all that. Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll 2 D100s for Bertru and Dandros, and you can go ahead and roll me a D100 for yourself. And yeah, welcome to carousing. This is kind of what we did last session at the end of our party night. So, I say basically after all of this, we get deep into gambling and all that. There we go. We'll pump out 2 more. We'll see what happens. We toss our souls into what I like to call just like the whirlpool of randomness, and we'll see where we get kicked out. You got pretty lucky last time, I think. We saved yo ass, I think. Anyways.
Yeah, kind of.
Carousing table, and yeah, I added this recently because it is something you can find in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I've added more things to it from another random table, but like a bunch of it's weird, and I didn't even proofread it very well. So we got something pretty vulgar last time with the bush that got carved into a penis. I was not expecting that. All right, let's see. We'll start with you, Zune. You're first in the turn order there with the 63. Wait, you rolled almost exactly this shit. But anyways, I gotta roll something. It's a 3 again, too. Interesting. Alright, so 63. You wake up in the woods again, 3 miles away from town again, which is exactly the distance you were last time, which is kind of funny. And from where you remember last being, which is the docks, as always, that's where I pin it from, you were at the bottom of a deep pit trap. 2 gapped-toothed yokels are leering down at you. And I'm just going to say, for the purpose of a yokel here, I'm not going to make them a full-on, stereotype yokel. It's just, you got 2 trappers looking down at you. And they aren't technically gap-toothed either. They're just trappers. But they're leering down at you. We're going to leave it at that, though. What we do is we go through everybody's roles and all their situations, and then I'll come back to you. You're going to get a few seconds to think about it. But you wake up at the bottom of a pit trap, and there's 2 trappers there, and they are leering down at you. I'm not sure what a leer is specifically, but I think it's kind of like a slant-eyed look. What do you guys think a leer is?
Yeah, it means looking down at you, very cockeyed.
Yeah, I don't think it's like happy look, that's for sure. All right, Dandros. Oh, go ahead.
So if you can imagine a sort of like creepy old man grinning at a girl in a mini skirt, that's a leer.
Ah, there is a bit of perversion to it. Okay, yeah, well, we'll keep that in there then. Zune, you're a little dude. I hate to say it as a halfling, so these guys, we'll go ahead and we'll roll the perception later, but they're leering down at you for now. Okay, I wake up, Dandros here, wakes up behind a stack of hay bales in front of a stable and an inn. So I'll assume it's just maybe the one that Bertru was at or somewhere in the city. On the other side of the stack, the innkeeper is interrogating the stable boy about why all the horses are wearing makeup and the oxen have bonnets. Oh my god, I pulled a prank. Oh my god, and I'm gonna have to stealth out of here, and I'm so bad at stealth. Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna be as smooth as Sonozi. I've got to think like a player right now. And anyways, I ain't got cool shit. I can't summon people to blame shit on. Anyways, maybe my echo. Yeah, okay, I'll get there though. So and then Bertru wakes up in a temple. Several monks have gathered around her and are praying for her soul. And just for fun, Blau, how you like me now? She woke up in the Temple of Peace as the master there, who Jake met earlier, was strolling the streets late at night, just looking for ways to make the city better as he does and bring peace to it. And he found her soul deep within the torments of the alcohol, and he is now at least trying to heal her in some way. And they are all praying for her soul. So that's good. Hopefully that'll help Bertru. Maybe that'll bring her over to the good side. You know what? She's a chaotic neutral right now, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and roll that. Let's see if Bertru becomes really good. This will be really weird. Let's see if their praying works, essentially. But, Zune, get on deck because we're coming back to you pretty soon here. And, yeah, she is chaotic neutral. I remember her. I remember her good. Anyways, I love playing her, actually. But, Zune, we're coming back to you right after this. It's a pass-fail, and I guess not with advantage. I think it's just a pass-fail. Let's go. So 10 and up. But yeah, Zune, you see these two trappers. They're looking at you. I'll get you to roll perception for me. Oh, she just barely passes. She maintains her neutrality. Regardless, Zune, boom, we're there. We're here. You're in the bottom of the pit. You've been trapped. You can't. It's really tall. It's deep. It's like, I'm gonna say 12 feet. 22. You can tell that these guys have malicious intentions. Two of them. They look like, first off, you can't surprise them. They're surprising you. Not really, but you know what I mean. And they look like they have like some sort of weird intentions. And I'm going to say, unfortunately, just the way it happened, they are slightly sexual. So you're not, you probably feel very uncomfortable, I will say that, to the point where you can tell that because you rolled a 22 and you just have reliable talent and all that shit. So I shouldn't even get you to roll perceptions anymore. Just kidding. Anyways, you can tell that they have some sort of malicious intent behind you. You're not sure if it's sexual or if it's going to be just aggressive, hostile. So yeah, and just a warning that this is coming out. Anyways, so yeah, you have these two guys. They look like trappers. You can ask more about them because you got a 22. I'm not sure exactly what you would want to know. So yeah, we got it coming up in the Discord right now, though. If you yeah, that is definitely the look. That is so creepy. Anyways, it's definitely a weird look. I've described it as creepy, slightly sexual and hostile in nature, and slightly mischievous. Sorry. Anyways, go ahead. I've probably over-explained it at this point, but I'll let you decide what you're going to do at the bottom of this trap. And if you need to know anything else, just ask me and I'll tell you more about it.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my dagger and say, let me go.
Okay, and you're gonna smash an intimidation check, right?
Probably not. I'm a small guy at the bottom of a pit with a dagger.
Okay, so you're just trying to negotiate.
Well, I'll try to intimidate, but I don't think it'll work too great.
Oh, okay.
It's not very intimidating.
Fair enough, you are correct. The dice agree with you, oddly, but you could have rolled an 18 and got the 20, but regardless, they kind of laugh. Looks like we have you at a bit of a disadvantage there, sir.
Okay, I'm going to take Trogdor out of my coat and drop him down on the ground.
Okay, yeah, your tiny snake comes out of your pack, It's ready. Again, it's not commandable, or did I give you that? I can't remember anymore. We were getting close. No, it's not commandable yet, but you do have it with you.
And then I say, poof, and swirl my cloak, and teleport behind them.
Oh shit, you do have your cloak of teleportation. So just for quick, my own curiosity, what are your attuned items? I just want to make sure you have the slots for it all.
I don't know how attunement works.
Okay, so I'll explain it quickly. Certain magic items are so powerful that you need to spend an hour and some money, or is it just an hour? I can't even remember either. Wow, that's bad. But regardless, you have to spend some time and money to get it attuned to the caster, and certain things can only attune to certain classes. Your cape of teleportation, because you got it identified earlier and attuned to it. I RP'd that as your character, I'll say. Because we have had a lot of downtime, and it's something you would have done when I explained it earlier, had I explained it earlier. So anyways, I believe you have attuned to a couple different items. Your boots, I will need you to check on those. So basically anything that's magical. Now I know Bag of Holding is not. You don't have to attune to that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you don't have to attune to that. I'm second guessing myself all of a sudden. But on you, I'm just going through it all. Your Oil of Etherealness, that's a magic item you do not need to. It's mostly things that get put on your body, usually like rings or different weapons or things like that. It can be different other items, but regardless, I'm just going through your sheet here, and I'm sure you can see me scrolling around. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I'll need you to pick 3. If you have more than... So your short bow is 1. And your boots are 2, and this is why I'm asking, because I remember I gave you some good magic items pretty early on, or like a little earlier, once you guys had conquered some pretty good things. But yeah, I'm just trying to go through it all really quick and see if you've got a 3rd yet. I'm struggling to find the 3rd. I just found the 2nd.
I have studded leather armor +2. Is that a magical attune thing?
To be completely honest, I think it is. I'll look it up on the compendium right now.
Or is it just really good leather armor?
I believe it will tell me. Armor, light, very rare. No, it has no attunements associated with it. So you're still at 2, which means you would have been able to probably do this. I see, I'm just going down. Like a lot of these potions are fine. Rope of Climbing is fine. It's weird because I'm like, yeah, you have a lot of magic shit, and then I'm like, wait, but a lot of it isn't attunement shit. It's just weird stuff. Just kind of like fun stuff. Yeah, Wondrous Uncommon, no attunement needed. Okay. I'm all the way down now to your cloak, so if there's anything under that, we're kind of Oh yeah, there's the armor.
I don't know why I have some in there.
No. I don't know why you yeah. Anyways, I have to take Sonozi's Simon Shroud shield out now. Sonozi, you can add that one to yours. It is a 5-pound shield, but you can just name it like your turtle shield or whatever you want to call it, turtle shell shield or whatever. Yeah, and this alarm bell trap in your thing, Zune, I'm catching you up here a little bit too, is something you were able to disarm when you broke into Simon Shroud's office, and you did a really good job. All of your checks were really well done. It's a trap that you can set up later, and if you need to know, it's just like it's an alarm. It works as the spell alarm. So yeah, I believe it's just a thin silver gossamer wire. Anyways, that ends it though. Yeah, you are now at full magic items. Plus, you have a few that are just not attunement items. So you have a lot of magic items, but you are full. You can no longer attune to anything else. So just keep that in mind moving forward when we get into like the desert and stuff, that at some point you might have to trade out a certain thing for a different thing.
Okay.
However, I will say that you are totally fine to use your Cloak of Teleportation, obviously, and I'm glad I went through that because it's been a while since you've been here, but that's good. Cool. So yeah, you are able to use your Cloak of Teleportation. You end up right behind them, as you said. What do you want to do? They don't know that you're behind them yet because your boots don't make any sound, and the teleportation just like, it's an instant thing. They don't see a visual of you moving after that, so it's just a poof and you're gone.
I'd like to walk away, like, back from them. And is it at all dark out?
Yeah, it's the middle of the night, so yeah, it's dark out.
Okay, I'm gonna hide. So I'm assuming I'm lightly obscured in the darkness.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're gonna hide, and so there's trees, bushes, rocks. What are you feeling?
In a bush.
All right, you're in a bush. Okay, so the two of the guys, they are just befuddled. They're looking before each other. They're like, God damn it, that was a magic user. What? How'd he get out? Did you see that cloak? Yeah, that was cool. Oh crap, maybe he's still around. All right, we should probably look. And they're gonna start actively looking around for you.
Okay, and I want to shoot them.
All right. So surprise crits, all that. Gosh darn you. So okay, roll your first attack with advantage, auto crit because it's a surprise, and assassinate. So yeah, and I guess are you gonna? Yeah, that's fine. So you've got all your modifiers on your sheet, and yeah, that'll be. You'll get 3 attacks. There's the first one. All right, that guy's dead. 32 definitely hits. 60 damage. He wasn't a big bad boy yet. He was just a, these guys are regular trapper dudes. He's done. Boom. Now, this other guy, they split up to go look around. So you're still like, you're definitely hidden still in the dark. They don't even have like a really good lantern. They have a little 30-foot lantern that's like, they got to go check each bush kind of thing. So you can go ahead and roll your Gloomstalker and your second extra attack. Yeah, and the second one comes through. Piercing, Dread Ambusher, Sharpshoot. Nice. Hits for the extra 10. Okay. Now, on surprise, is that auto crit as well, or does that only happen once? I know this is a lot of stuff coming through with the Gloomstalker rogue right now.
I didn't think I put auto crit on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Should it have it though? Like, because he's still not aware of you. This is still technically a surprise attack. Yeah. Regardless, I'm just gonna say you kill him because like at the second one's gonna come and you're definitely gonna beat his AC. I can see you already have plus 12, so you could roll a 1 and beat his armor class. So yeah, we'll say that you drop these 2 terrible dudes who were getting creepy on you. Congratulations. And you hear Trogdor in the back. He flies up, the little tiny snake, your little homie, and he kind of like hisses at them as he comes back towards you. He hisses at their dead bodies as he flies by them, the tiny flying snake. Where's his token? I need to bring him out.
Yeah, where is his token?
There we go. Sorry. There you go, buddy. There you go.
Trogdor.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna loot their corpses and then push them into the trap.
All right. They both have 2 shitty crossbows, no melee weapons, and just regular clothing. They weren't carrying any of their money or anything like that because they were working their trap line. And yeah, you easily push their bodies back into the trap, into the 12-foot trap, and you hear a big, dull, thuddy squish as both of their bodies hit the floor, and you can walk away.
I do so.
All right. Yeah, Dandros is probably, I'm just going to say, he's going to use his echo as a distraction and then try and sneak away from this whole interaction that he did with the stable thing. He's awake. He sees the stable master arguing with the stable boy. You know, somehow I stealthed in here and pulled this prank with the bonnets and painting up all of the different horses with makeup, which is definitely non-toxic makeup. And anyways, because Dandros is like that, he's going to try and get out with a stealth with advantage because he's going to use his echo to take the main sort of like attention of everyone. All right.
Low battery.
Oh no, not a low battery. All right,
Whoa.
let's see how my stealth goes. I'm just getting there now. Okay.
How's the party going?
Well, the party will go. Oh, I stealth out. Thank God. Okay, good. Yeah, I just stealth out. Nice. I don't even have to do anything. I make it back to the castle, which is where I will go in the morning. So that's us in the morning. But we're gonna go back to the party
Mm-hmm.
because we need to do that. All right. Well, we did all the carousing, all that stuff. And Bertrude goes back to her inn, obviously. You
I
guys
had to step
paid-
away for a little bit. Did y'all get attacked?
No, actually, Zune did. Now that I think about it, actually, he did. Well, he didn't get attacked. He escaped a trap and then killed the people who tried to fuck with him, or who looked like they were going to fuck with him, and he passed the perception, so he knew it was going to happen. So he just kind of got the jump on them and then finished them off and left. And then Dandros pulled sort of like a minimal prank that he would have gotten in trouble for, and it would have made us look bad as a group. Obviously, as you know, I don't know. I hate to keep calling it the Dandros group. There is a side quest I will let you guys know somewhere hidden in this world. Not hidden even, but anyways, in this world, where you get a name for the group. But regardless, I've got to dump your tokens and get this going. We are all going to the old mansion. Thanks to S. Mitchell on this map. Looks
Thanks,
nice.
Mitchell.
Smitchell. Shout out to the artist there. All right. Where did I put you guys? I put you like in the nether. There you are.
Am I supposed to
Yeah.
be seeing a thing or?
I'm going to take you outside. Yeah, I'll be bringing you over here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting you set up outside the doors right now. Okay, Booyaka. At the bottom of the middle of the page, you will find your tokens. You have arrived at the mansion of the Oleanders. It is this sort of nice estate, and there's like a visual description on the top left. You know, there's it's mostly made of wood and some red shingles and kind of white on the outside. It looks a lot like a lot of the different houses in the nicer parts of Farandrill. Regardless, you show up to the house. Now, is there anything you want to do before you get to the house? I'll let you guys kind of just pick it up from here. As you guys have, approached the gates or whatever, and they've let you through, and, you're now approaching the actual mansion here, and these are the front doors. You guys can pick it up from there.
All right, so I think we should hit the bar first, and then just mingle. What do you think?
You can hit the bar, but yeah, we should definitely mingle. Now we'll fist bump and walk in.
All right, and you can stop there, because as you come to the top of these stairs, you meet the housekeeper.
Hello. Here's my pass.
Oh, yes, need your invitations. Yes, yes. All right, make sure you have your masks affixed to you nice and tight.
Tight. Okay. Yes.
Don't want them coming off now. All right, let me see everything's in order here. And this is your +1 behind you.
This is. Do you want our real names, or should we give fake names?
No, 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 I don't want any names. No names tonight. We'll get
Okay.
into all of that, don't worry. All right, your +1. Come stand here beside him, yes. All right, that looks good, Okay, I'm just pulling up my party people. All right, party people time. Here we go.
What
All
is
right.
this man? Is he a human or?
He is a human. He's kind of
Okay.
hunchbacked, slightly hunchbacked. He has, those kind of bushy sideburns. His hair looks a little tousled. He's wearing very plain clothing, and he definitely looks like a servant. You don't need to roll perception for that one. Although he looks a little bit more rough around the edges than most servants. He looks a bit surly, and yeah, and we'll go from there. Unless you have some more questions.
Nope.
All right, well, looks like everything's in order here. So, my name is Brentis Woon. I'm the estate manager. My family's managed this estate for a very long time. Now, we're having a little party here, so I want you to obey the rules. Tonight, we're having a masquerade, so you'll keep your masks on. I mean, if you need to take them off for some sort of other emergency, that's fine, but that's the general rule. In the basement, off to my right here, is a staircase that will lead you downstairs, where the master is currently entertaining some friends and having some drinks. Pinged it off to the
Okay.
left there. All right, and if you look to... That was my right, so obviously to my left, the other way. Well, you can head upstairs, and some of the party guests, thank you for the ping. All right, these other party guests, they're upstairs, and you can go mingle. Other than that, try not to mingle too much with the staff here. This night is for mingling with mostly yourselves and the different entities you will encounter through the night. We ask that you also maintain a certain air of mystery, if you would like, about yourselves. If you want to get deeper to know somebody, that is fine, but in the beginning, we ask that you play a little bit with your avatars, as you have all received different masks, and, well, they can often be a wonderful launching point for social interactions. So, without further ado, I will attend the doors, and you can make your decisions as where you would like to go. Please do not break anything, obviously, as this is a very nice estate that has been here for a very long time, and there's many nice things here. So, have a good time, and if you have any other further questions, I can address them for you.
No, just point me towards the bar, and I think I'll go visit the master of the house.
All right, well, we have laid kegs all throughout the different places in the townhouse here, and, the mansion, I should say. And if you'd like some, there's different cups around, and you can just pour yourself a cup at one of the kegs. You'll see different barrels all around in the different places, and we've brought in all sorts of different drinks. On different levels, there are all sorts of different drinks and beers and stuff, and currently the master is in the basement. He is enjoying some drinks down there with some of his friends, so you may begin wherever you would like.
Thanks.
My pleasures.
All right.
He sort of just backs over to this, sofa that's over here. Gets out of your guys' way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go look in this room quickly and see if I see anything interesting.
Go ahead and roll me a perception. What's in the room? What can I see?
Oh, that's pretty low.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you see a bunch of different cups around, but you don't really see much else. Like different cups that people have been using for drinking and stuff like that on this table in front of you. But other than that, you don't see anything else.
All right. I'd like to detect magic if I can.
Whoa. 30 feet range, right?
As a ritual, I'm assuming.
Yeah, as a ritual, it just takes more time, doesn't it? I haven't had anybody cast ritual spells yet, honestly. Divination. All right. 30 feet. I guess how high are most stories? They're about 8 to 10 feet, so you'd probably be able to sense everything in the house going upward from where you are, and then it's sort of like a circle around that. So, I'm just going to zoom out and look at the floor plan a little bit. Yes, above you, you sense 3 individuals, and one of them has some magic items, and you also, I'm just wondering, no, visible creature, yeah. You see a faint aura that bears magic around these creatures. So all 3 of them are humanoids, they are dressed up, and you see a faint visible aura around them. Also, one of them is carrying a magic item. And I'm just trying to think about what it is right now. Or like what you, if you can see it, or like what, you know. There's a faint aura around the item too. Okay. Yeah, okay. And it penetrates all the barriers. Yeah, I knew that much. All right. That's why I'm like, it's how high can it go? Yeah, and those are the only people you can sense so far. Or at least in that direction or whatever you are doing. But are you going to maintain concentration on this while you continue to move throughout the mansion?
Oh, I actually would like to, since I know where they are, kind of want to just like detect thought now. So then now I know there's 3 mystical creatures here. I would like to see if I can detect thought in them.
I wouldn't say that they're mystical. Like, Sonozi lights up with the same aura because, and you do too, because you are technically a magical creature. Does that make sense? Humanoids are also...
it makes.
Oh, okay, cool. So, you know, there are other magic users, obviously, in this mansion. But who do you want to detect the thoughts of? And I think you can do only one person at a time. I'll just read it again. It's been a long time since I had to use this to get information from people. All right, you initially learn the surface thoughts. Oh yeah, and then you do the double. Yeah, I remember this a little bit. All right. So yeah, which creature are you targeting?
I'm just gonna. I'll just roll a random 6 and then.
Oh wait.
And then whichever number comes up, we'll choose that one. So let's say that's 2.
Just wait. I'm wondering if you have to see them, because it does say see, but then you have your detect magic, but that's a concentration too. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so you have to. So to do this, you will have to go upstairs and look at them.
Okay. All right. So let's wander upstairs then and check them out and just see what they know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys can go. The 2 connects to the 2. Yeah, exactly. You can see where it goes, and then it comes up to this room over here. That's the room where you're able to detect them. So, also, if you want to retcon something, I notice you're still at 40 out of 58 health, and we took short rests to dice up our health while Jake was gone because our healer was gone. Yeah, are you topping it up?
Yeah, topped it up.
Okay, but also you have to expend some dice because we only took a short rest.
Okay, I gotcha.
I guess technically we kind of did take a long rest.
How do I roll the hit dice? I just hit dice?
Oh, they're on your sheet. Around your hit points, you'll see... Yeah, exactly. And then you just take them down from the counter as you do them. So I don't know how many you needed to get back to... 18, because we hit you for 18. So go... You've done 7 now, so you got to get to 18 if you want to get to full health. There's 11. There you go. You're getting there. 15. And this will probably be the last one, honestly. What? Oh, you've got a -1 con. Ouch. Roll another one. How many hit dice? Oh, yeah, you're good now. And
I used hit dice.
Yeah, that's all good. Cool. I'm just gonna read
Standing beside
something.
the door. I'm gonna tell Sanosi I'm gonna go check this out. Does he want to come?
Yeah, buddy, I'll follow you. Seems like you might get yourself into some trouble if you go around trying to detect people's thoughts and they notice.
You too.
All right, I will bring them up for you as you peer inward. And Snozy, you can take your token there with them.
Mm-hmm. And we're up to the second level. Okay, so we appear here.
Yes. You guys are getting it good. Perfect. Yeah, and you see all sorts of like furniture around or whatever and stuff. All right, so you wanted to look in. Do you want me to reorient your character top and your token? Is
That's
that
cool.
all right? Cool. Take a look in. And you're gonna cast detect thoughts right when you get in there, right?
Yes.
Holy guacamole. What a way to introduce yourself. All right, let me just quickly check everything about this. Cuz they're going to so you'll eventually get it, but they're going to have to like roll a perception. So currently, like when you do look in there to do this, you see that the guy that's standing up is entertaining two females. And he is, they're doing bardic jokes essentially. And they're all like kind of laughing really intensely. They're gonna roll probably perception when you do this, but I just remember I want to remember what it is. Probe deeper. It's a wisdom saving throw, and I want to know if it contains somatic and other components. It does. Okay, so they will be able to see it now. You are just the way you've described it. You're just like looking, like you're peeking in and doing this, right?
Yeah, basically I'm just walking in. So I'm curious with these magic users. I just want to see what they're doing here.
Okay.
And,
so are you
I just
trying
wanna peek.
to stealth is the big question here.
No.
No? Okay. So then this was what will happen. At the beginning, and who are you casting it on? Whose thoughts are you detecting?
Well, I'm going to try with this guy right here. He's got his back to me, so I can probably just see what he's up to.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, you get a surface idea that he's trying to think about different ways to maybe bed both of these women. That's the surface level of his thoughts, because that's what you get. Oops, that's the wrong one. And then, if you want to probe deeper, any deeper on this guy, I think you got to let me know. It's going to be an action, and yeah. And then if it fails, there's going to be some stuff, and then if it passes, there's some other stuff. So, do you want to probe any deeper into this guy's mind, or are you fine?
No, I feel that he's like kind of trying to hook up with these girls, and I might just be intruding on him. So I think I might just like tell Sanosi is like, okay, maybe this isn't the right idea. Maybe we should just head downstairs and visit the master. Because I don't know where his deep thoughts are going to be, because they might be really raunchy.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
you never know. Yeah. Deep thoughts are there's a lot of stuff that happens when you go deep. So, because I believe if you read it, they become aware of the attempt. Yeah, either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind.
yeah, you probably shouldn't do that, my guy.
Yeah, I just thought they'd be friendly. We can learn something from them, but I don't want to interrupt.
People don't. I would just say people usually aren't going to be friendly when, like, before you even meet them, you start like using magic to, understand their thoughts and all.
True. But
Like when you said mingle, I didn't think this is what you meant by mingle.
All right, so you guys
Come
kind
on,
of went back over
you
here.
You want to forcibly read people's thoughts?
sometimes it's interesting.
Yeah, maybe we should leave them alone. I mean,
Yeah.
or you can talk to them. Whichever one.
No, he's busy. Oh, we'll head downstairs. Maybe they'll come down and visit us later.
Yeah, it looks like they may be getting entangled soon.
Okay, wait. All right, okay, wait. Before you two leave, one of them will come out. The guy will come out and he'll say, "Oh, did you need something? I saw you poke your head in there, and for a moment, the girls told me there was. Were you looking for someone?"
Not in particular. We just was up here, and I saw you guys just peeking around, looking around places and visiting, and then we'll see. Just trying to start to mingle with people here of like mind.
All right, all right. Carry on your way.
All right. Well, you can come down to the party soon.
Oh, I've found my party.
All right then. If you, yeah, I guess if you have your fun time at the end, we'll see you soon.
Yes,
come
yes,
over
you
and
as well.
him
Enjoy
a
the
high
party. Oh, you'll try to give him a high five?
Yeah.
He'll refuse. He'll look at you and say, "Oh no, that's fine. Just leave."
All right then. Sounds good.
And he heads back into this room here.
Wow, that guy was really rude.
I wonder what
I
could
don't
have
think he
made
was
someone
rude.
so
I
rude.
think he's just a little bit preoccupied.
I
All right.
guess. Go downstairs.
But
I just pinged it out there for
real
you.
quick, I'm gonna turn myself invisible though.
Okay, I can do that for you.
No. I can do it. I got it. It's okay.
You have a code of invisibility now?
Huh?
Nothing. You can continue.
Yeah, I'm invisible now, and I want to come up over to this area. Is this door open or?
One sec. I'm at the wrong area.
Oh.
I'm like scrolling all around. Oh, there. Okay, wait. What? So you're invisible right now,
Yes.
and he didn't ever close the door, so you can see into what they're doing. Wait, sorry. What were you asking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll just slide into this room.
Cool. All right. Yeah, they're still telling bardic jokes. Do you want to hear one?
Yes.
Are you gonna sit around for a while? All right. Yeah. So, this guy, he's standing there. The girls are laughing. He's laughing, and he looks towards them and he says, "All right, I've got another. All right. Why do paladins wear chainmail?" And they look around. They're like, "Oh, I don't know." And he says, "Because it's holy armor." And they all burst out laughing and think it's hilarious.
That's great. That's pretty funny. I like that one. Did you write that one? I like that.
I mean, I didn't write it, but I just pulled together a huge list of them.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Holy armor.
this guy, he can go for days. He's ready to rock. But anyways, regardless, yeah, he's just telling jokes. That's what they're doing, and the girls think it's funny. Oh, one of the girls says, "Oh, Witch, you're so funny. Tell us another." And he looks. I'm gonna say another. Let's see what another one is. Let's get another good one. Ah, yes. Well, I've got this one. I always think about the forests, and sometimes I think about what forest animal could help a druid get that nice green color inside of their robe. What do you think it would be? And they look at each other and they say, "Well, I don't know. What is it? Tell us, Wit. Tell us." And he looks back and he says, "It's a dire wolf." Oh, and they all burst out laughing again.
Wow, this guy. Oh boy. All right. Well, I was thinking sexy time was about to happen, so I'm just walking myself on out here.
Yeah, I think maybe that'll come later, but at least this point he's entertaining
Maybe
them.
he'll come later too. Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
true. Ooh, hey. Maybe. We'll see. We've had a few of those types of interactions now in this campaign. Not always, but there's been a few side interactions.
Then coming back down to the first floor. And then we're going down to the basement, right?
Yeah, you betcha. Off to the basement, I guess. Yeah, if that's where I see Castos is heading there.
All right, so I'm downstairs looking around. Also, whoa, where did you come from, Sinosi?
Oh, same way, took the same steps.
You didn't really spend much time there. What happened?
All the guys just selling jokes for right now.
Oh, that's kind of lame. All right, well, let's go to this room here.
Alrighty.
And peer into the room, and I see, what do I see?
All right. You peer into the room and you see 3 people. Doop doop doo doo, and I will put them on the thingamajig. All right. You see, one of them is not wearing a mask. He is got a long auburn hair. He looks very strong, and he's quite young. And this other person over here is wearing a mask, and everything else about them is pretty much undiscernible other than their red robes. They have red and scarlet and different varying robes. The mask itself is gold and kind of like a shimmery gold yellow, and it's very expressionless.
Ooh.
All right, and then beside the big hunk is a girl who is wearing some sort of mask that looks very kind of like fae-ish in nature. It's got sort of like wings on it, and it's colored a purple and a gray, and the mask it kind of has like a dull matty fuzziness to it, so like you can see that it's not quite fur, but it's sort of fuzzy. Yeah, and they are all talking down here. They all have a drink in their hand, and they seem to be talking about something. But yeah, when you walk in, the big hunk comes up and says to you, Castos, "Oh, look who it is! It's my best buddy, bro, Castos. Last night was so crazy, man. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, you guys won't believe it. This guy is such a good dancer. Oh my god, we put him in a G-string, and when we made him dance on tables, and people just kept buying us drinks. It was so good. Oh my god, I can't believe you came. Thanks for coming. Who did you bring?"
Oh, I thought we were supposed to not use names here, but I brought one of my partners in crime. And yes, I did really enjoy last night. I woke up with a little bit of a headache and that G-string on still, but I had a great time.
He'll pat you on the shoulder and he says, "Oh, look at me, bud. I already took off my mask. I don't really follow the rules. The old housekeeper, he's a bit of a stink, you know. Anyways, I mean, these people don't know you from the guy next to anybody, you know. If I say Castos, who they really gonna know? But regardless,
True. Very true.
this is my new friend, you guys. And wait, who did you bring? Who's this?"
Well, I brought Sinosi. This is
Just giving us our name. I thought we were supposed to be mysterious, but okay, guess not.
Well, if you want to be mysterious, that's fine. We can use a different name. I'll call you Bunny Boy. Not that I know anything about you, Sinosi. I don't think we've really met.
No, but it's nice to be here in your wonderful home, and I'll graciously bow.
Oh, thanks. Hey, no need for the bow. And yeah, that rule is mostly for all of us because we all know each other, you know. All these freaking nobles kids, we're all kind of tight, so, you know, that's why I wanted to invite you guys, you know, at least Castos. We had such a good time last night, so if you want me to use a different name, that's fine, but yeah, that rule is just so that we don't know who each other is, kind of thing. Even though, and he looks towards the girl, he's like, "I definitely know who you are," and they kind of laugh together, and then he grabs his drink and he sits down. "Yeah, make yourselves comfortable."
all right. We will. So, what's going on over here? You guys playing some games?
We were just having some drinks. I busted out a little bit of nice wine, and well, we were trying that out, and then Well, actually, we were talking about, well, this whole draconian mess. Oh, here, he'll scooch over here. The other, or that person will
Sorry.
scooch over. They
Didn't
don't
wanna
make
kick you off
any
the ca-
sound while they scooch over. They just kind of like scooch and don't really acknowledge you when you say sorry. They kind of just nod. But yeah, Davin. By this time, you've gathered that this is Davin Oleander, the guy who gave you the invitation. You know, obviously the Reeves nephew. And he tells you that they were talking about. Oh, we were just talking about this draconian mess and the frickin' seas and everything. I don't know what's going on, but I know that it seems pretty dire these days.
You don't have much of a backstory of the whole of the water being drained. You don't know what's going on.
No, it just started a few days ago, but yeah, the magicians, they always tell me like that it's happening from a god or something, and like I don't know, I don't know if that's true. I think maybe powerful magic could do it, but I'm not. That's why I'm not really like a wizard or anything, you know.
I guess that's true. Yeah. So then, so there are wizards here though.
Oh yeah, down at the castle keep there, they hang out with my uncle, the Reeve, and they like give him guidance and stuff, you know, like about this stuff, like arcane and stuff, because he doesn't know that much.
Oh, okay.
So back real quick. Back to the Draconians. Is like, you know, what's like? Have you heard anything concerning about like them getting armor or anything like that? Any like this adamantine stuff? Like, what's do you know what that is?
Yeah, I mean, all the nobles heard about it. The Evan wins in the shrouds. Who's the bad guy? Everybody's been talking about it. I don't know who I've got my money on, but I think Simon's around here somewhere, and he's probably. Oh no, wait, Simon's son is around here somewhere, Hondo, and he's probably got us a few things to say. I haven't found him yet. I've been a little preoccupied. And he looks back to the girl, and then he looks back to you guys. He says, "But I could probably go talk to him, and you know, he'd probably say the same thing his dad says, that they don't have anything to do with it. I don't know if anybody else from the Evan wins is gonna come, but I heard Wit's here. He's a lot of fun. He's got the best jokes out here." And, well, if Wit's here, I'd probably chat him up. He'd probably say the same thing Hondo did, though, is that, you know, they're never going to say their houses were involved with it, even if they were.
So where's
Right.
Wit?
What was that?
I think he was referring to the guy upstairs telling jokes.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like Wit.
Yeah, we came across him earlier this evening. He seems like an alright guy.
I look at the golden mask guy. I'm like, so how are you doing over here? You haven't said anything since we've gotten here. You okay there, buddy? Or a little bit too much to drink?
They'll turn to you slowly and intentionally, and they'll say, "I am doing fine."
Okay.
Good.
My
And
name is Vigal, if you would like to address me. I heard your name was Sonozi, but is there something you'd like to be called?
I mean, since you know that, it's fine, I guess now.
All right.
So what is your what are you doing here?
Ah, I'm partaking in the mystery.
There's a mystery here? Or is that the game we're playing, or are you talking about the masks?
Precisely the masks.
Is that like real gold?
It is. It is a family heirloom, which will give you one hint into who I am.
Hmm. Okay. I'm intrigued.
I mean, we was here to hang out and have fun. I wasn't trying to, you know, guess people's lineage, but let me see, and I'll think for a little bit. I don't remember anybody saying, out of character, I don't remember anybody saying or having a golden mask as their family lineage, as a thing for their family.
Neither do I. So
I would expect as much.
you would expect as much, eh?
My family's dealings are not very public.
Ah, okay. So you're one of them secret people. You have a secret family, or God darn, I'm spacing on the word, but you know. All right, well, I'll keep thinking of it, and I'll ask you about it eventually. But I'm gonna try to figure it out for right now. But back to the game, buddy. Like, do you guys have any games that you play down here, or?
Davin will look at you and he'll say, I don't really have, like, any games here. But, like, I'm sure we could think of something if you wanted, like, I don't know, wrestle or something, or, like...
you want to wrestle?
You know, you want to go kick the ball around or something, we could find something to kick around or something, like a really sturdy pot or something.
Oh, let's get this party started then.
Yeah, let's get Castos in a G-string again. Yeah, let's go.
All right, he'll stand up really enthusiastically, and he'll be like, all right, let's do this, you guys. Okay, you over there, golden mask guy, and you, moth lady, come with us. And they both kind of nod slowly. They're like, and the girl says, yeah, why not? This sounds fun.
Either way, let's do this.
All right, here, I'll lead the way. Let's go upstairs and we'll see what's around, and see if we can grab something. All right, all three of them are going to go upstairs. Just to let you guys know, also, I'm going to end the session in 2 minutes because we're going to hit the 3-hour mark and I do have to go.
So can I use my helm of as we're leaving through? I gotta figure, where is that spell? Detect thoughts. Yeah, medallion of thoughts. Let me see.
Yeah, I'd like to know what these guys are thinking too. Especially this guy in the gold.
Yeah, as we walk out
Is she?
and everybody moves, I'm gonna cast it and see, and just see the surface thoughts.
Oh, your helm of detect thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on who? The gold guy?
Gold guy.
I will say person.
Guy
At this point, I would say that they're doing a very good job of hiding what kind of sex they are. So anyways, go ahead. At this point, they are simply thinking about... Yeah, all right, see you, Jake. I'm going to shut it down, like I said, in 1 minute. So see you later, bud.
Yeah, I was just heading out, and we'll be there for next session as a reminder.
Oh, yes,
So,
that's
see you in
right.
2
You did
weeks.
remind me that. Thank you for giving me a heads up on that. Okay. Yeah, and we'll just end it off here with Sonozi kind of detecting the surface thoughts of one of our party guests. The man in the gold mask, or I'm just saying man, but don't take it any which way. At this point, they're just thinking about trying to get on the good side of Davin, because Davin, for their family, could be an access to a lot of money in the future. This person is also very young, and so you can tell that there's at least some sort of motivation of business behind this, and that they believe that once Davin is old enough, they'll probably be the Reeve here, and they'll be, old enough to be the head of their own noble house, and that at that point, this sort of relationship that they're, enjoying now will be cementing further into business relationships. So they're here playing the long game, essentially.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, yeah, and that's where we're going to end the session. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody. Zune, don't worry about getting any XP from that. I like to keep everybody around the same area, so it was a negligible amount of XP you got from killing those trappers. No XP for, anybody today, but we are kind of, what I would say, reaching the climax of being in Farandrill, and I think maybe next session or the session after, this mansion will be done, and we'll probably have the leads to lead us out of Farandrill. So, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. It was a lot of fun, as always. And I wish I could stay for the last hour here, but I do have a friend coming into town, so gotta go say hi. But yeah.
All right, man. Have a great day.
You guys too.
Right.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Au revoir. All right. And now I've quit the old Discord, so I just got to say thanks for everybody tuning in. If you really enjoyed today's session, feel free to give me a follow. I'm here usually every weekend. In summer a little bit not, because, you know, you got to go have some fun. But yeah, this campaign, level 16, we're getting close to the end. We're just building sort of this last arc here with all of these nobles and everything. And if you're enjoying it, like I said, feel free to give me a follow, whatever else. And yeah, other than that, I'll be back tomorrow with a full session for the Temples of the Summoner. They will be going up against the final kind of boss type fights that they're going to finish here. I've made the last few fights pretty intense so that, you know, if they die, I'm giving them a good chance to die, essentially. It's the end of the campaign for them as well. They are, I think, 18 or 19. They've been progressing quite a bit faster than this group. And yeah, there'll be a lot of like kind of grand finale things that will happen over the next 2 sessions as I end that campaign. And yeah, other than that, I think, you know, I've got games going on the weekend mornings. So before all my D&D, I hang out with my friends and we chat and I play some video games. And, you know, it's more just like a just chatting stream, but I usually play a video game in the background. And other than that, yeah, I'm just going to shut it down. I got to get going. I hope everybody has a great day. The heat wave is finally over here. I kind of talked about it today on my chat. And, you know, I don't have to run the AC anymore, so I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah, I'll see everybody in 24 hours or less, because I'll be streaming for gaming tomorrow morning at 9:30. And then we'll be back at 1 p.m. my time, which is 22 hours from now. And that will be for D&D Temples of the Summoner as they approach the final eclipse of their campaign. We are going to go raid probably Thug Shells, maybe. No, let's go raid Roll for it. So if you enjoy D&D and all these different campaigns, I will be streaming lots more in the future. And, you know, you can get in here same time, same place. The schedule is pretty solid at this point. All right, let's go raid, roll for it, and you guys can have a good day, as I love y'all, and I hope y'all are having the best times on this weekend. Ciao.